Mm.
Anyone else got inputs? Things they want to talk about while we're waiting for Crixus to come back?
I'm still here.
Oh, now you left.
Nah, I'll feed the cat here in a second.
No, fair enough.
Meow.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Okay, we can go finish up the side quests.
We gonna power grind before the final boss. So
It doesn't work on milestone.
darn it.
Unfortunately not, yeah.
We can't go into a back alley with a tennis racket and start swinging at rats. Can't go into a back.
What's with the tennis racket part of that reference you keep making? I don't get it.
It's because it's part of a reference where it's like if in real life you were given the ability to level up, like what would you put points into and whatnot? And then someone's immediate response of that was catch me in a back alley with a tennis racket swinging at rats. So I'm just
Okay,
quoting
got it.
I've got something a little higher DPS.
So lightly.
Jekyll's just gonna go down into the sewers, fight the giant rats.
Yeah.
Why does it smell like sulfur and gunpowder over here? I don't.
Thank you for the reset, Nikki. Mwah.
Ah, hey, it's been a whole last year, Nikki.
Yeah. Also, Crix, are you streaming audio?
Hmm?
I don't
Is
think
this
I'm
thing
getting.
muted?
I don't think I'm getting any audio of Crix's stream because I popped open.
Oh, yeah, something's going on with that. I am streaming, but.
Check if it might not
Yeah.
assign to something else like your VR or something. Mine will do that occasionally where it'll be like, hey, we're listening for your VR sound, which isn't on.
Yeah,
yeah.
change my audio devices.
Yeah, now that you have VR, welcome to that world of fucking problems.
It actually wasn't even that. It's the new monitor I got. The new monitor I got that doesn't have speakers, I guess, but somehow there's still an audio input. I don't.
Yeah.
Probably a model that does have speakers, and it's just the same drivers.
Okay, well, what's up, Chad? Sorry about that absolutely soul-crushing muted intro that I just did a few minutes ago. That's fine.
This is why I always check.
Well, thank you for checking.
Yes, appreciate you.
Yeah, I need to check more often because that's the whole reason.
Oh, what the fuck?
Lost that whole stream.
I'm glad that we found it now, to be honest. It could have been real bad.
I couldn't figure out why my game wasn't working, and it's like apparently Chrome has a new pop-up, like built-in pop-up blocker, and it was blocking the sheets from coming up.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Chrome.
We are a pop-up. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Like, cause even after disabling it, I told it allow from the site, and I still can't get your guys' sheets to pop up. This is irritating.
That is really annoying, yeah. It's really, really bad when you have to run everything and you don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's so funny to me that like I have this fancy new monitor and I have not played anything that's remotely requiring it.
Double-sized 8K.
Yeah, like I played like I think Stardew and Northgard yesterday. Like you're not taxing.
Nice.
Gotta get that high definition.
It is 165 hertz refresh rate, the 1 millisecond input time. It's a curved monitor.
I think
Hell
it'd been
yeah.
even better if you got this brand new monitor and the first game that inaugurated it was like fucking Minesweeper.
Basically was. I think the first thing I played on it was Stardew.
All right, so side quests. We have side quests to do, right?
Oh,
Say
we're not cursing her stuff up, right? You giving her a chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Suppose I should actually boot up my model, because models.
They're slightly important, especially if we're doing VTuber stuff.
What?
You don't need a model deck. All just imagine.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
speaking of models, shameless self-promotion here.
oh, here we go. Hey,
Nice,
so
though.
you guys do anything December 8th?
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
Yeah, you
Oh,
should take the day off of streaming and watching stuff. No.
everybody
get
should
any-
absolutely not go to Koala's channel on
Yeah.
December 8th. You
Espe-
simply
like if
shouldn't.
you get any notifications, you should actually block whoever gives you those notifications on that date.
And Koala. You should
Yeah, unfollow, unsubscribe.
Oh my god. Okay, I do gotta go feed the cat though. She is bothering me. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Athena. This game of D&D is off to a roaring start.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from us specifically.
I blame you.
I
That's
reload
fair.
all my browser here because otherwise this might not. Just move play smoothly.
It's fine. We'll figure it out and all will be good.
Okay, both my windows joined as player, which
Maybe I should get some like music up for my chat.
yeah, better than
There you
Dead
go.
Silence.
Let's find some music to listen to, chat. Some nice copyright free music.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's not that hard.
I know. Just sometimes it says it is, but it isn't.
I found a thing that just says royalty free D&D, and I still don't fully trust it. I'm gonna be honest.
Here, Koala.
This is one that
Jump
I
around.
used to I got one.
Okay,
You can send me what you're gonna send me anyway, and I'll totally use it for later though.
that's fine. I'm gonna deal with this.
Okay. I got
Playing
one that's
some
like-
of Stormy's lo-fi.
I could play some Stormy Lo-Fi. I need to buy more of Stormy Lo-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the window's up. And player view's up. Okay. Yeah, and you guys are currently there. So if you want to do the side quest stuff, I guess it depends which one you want to go to first then, because you only have 3 spots to go to that you know of. One being the spot that it seemed to be pointing at, one being the one that's just revealed, and one being the Lamia. Sounds like you're going to the Lamia first?
It does seem like they both seem important their own ways. We can go to either one first. It's mostly about the trek across the damn necropolis.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Gonna be fun.
I guess if we go to the Lamia place first and deal with whatever problems they might have, then we'll have a safe place to rest, hopefully, and then can hit the pyramid.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a small rest stop right near it. Because that one in the middle with the box is the Sanctum of Erudite.
All right, yeah.
You know that house spirit is just like punching down undead. He's like, you motherfucker.
Keep forgetting which ones are which, but yeah. Okay, yeah, we can go to Lamia's first. Works for me.
Same.
Okay, so let's get walking across town then. So let's go with Nikki. You'll want to call high or low for encounters.
Holy.
You just had one going up the wall, so you're fairly low as far as. But I mean, this place starts at a pretty high chance. But you did, I believe. Did you spend the day there, or did you just get your stuff from them? And
I thought we rested.
yeah, I
Oh,
think you
did we rest?
Did we?
If we rest, I need to get
Oh.
my health back.
Same. I didn't realize we had. If we rested, that's fine. I just didn't realize it.
Yeah, go, go.
Oh, maybe we didn't discuss.
Because we came.
If you want to, you
From
could
the
rest.
dragon
It's
to
fairly
healing.
early in the day. Yeah, it's fairly early in the day. You could easily fall into the day, but you do know that from an out of character standpoint, the oh, that's why it was being all funny. I forgot I was downloading another game for my normal stream. Downloading, I was downloading the Gears of War like updated version off the Xbox Pass.
Uh,
Speaking of, any of you people here want to play that with me? Co-op Gears of War is best Gears of War.
I could do some
I'm down.
co-op if I can. Well, it depends on what time.
I'm-
But
I'm kind of absolutely dog shit at Gears of War, but I mean, maybe we'll see.
I'm the most down.
I would love to do it with somebody because, like, when I had it on Xbox, like when it first came out, I literally got there was an achievement for beating on the hardest difficulty solo without dying, and like you like literally couldn't die on the entire run, and I was able to get that. And so it's like I have no idea how good I'll be now, but I remember getting that was the highlight of my Xbox achievements.
I'll have you know, I can't fucking reload properly in Gears of War, so that's about my skill level.
I'm good at that shit. I mean, it's Dead by Daylight. You know, that's why Dead by Daylight skill checks are like great only. Like, there's literally like the Unreal has one where it's like when your generator hits 90%, she makes you do constant skill checks that you have to hit great or it blows up and locks you out. And it's like, so it's basically just constant. Everyone's like, it's such a horrible perk, and I'm like, this is easy.
Yeah, no, I blow up generators normally.
I just missed the Huntress used to have a perk that made like all the skill checks move, and that was the shit that threw me off. I'm like, fuck. But anyways, sorry for detour.
You're good.
Yeah, then install it. It's big. Get it, and then we can do it. So we're gonna do encounter rolls. That's what it was, and you guys are traveling over. Forget how I got on the thing of Gears of... Oh, because I just commented because that's what was lagging me. Alright, so what path are you going to take? Because I would say the animated armor, because it's stupid, is going to probably still be standing at the bottom of that wall, so you're probably going to have to go I guess, the main roadway, which does amplify your encounters, unless you want to try to jump a wall.
The wall around what area again?
Come on, you guys climbed up to where the feather is there, but there's still a trio of animated armors just sitting down there staring up like they never moved. But, oh, first things first was if you're resting. Deckel thought you guys were going to rest, but it is only like an hour after you guys got up. So it's like, it's fairly early in the day. I'm not going to tell you can't. But you do know from an out-character standpoint, the danger rating goes up for every day that you don't quell the top pulse.
right. I mean, I don't really need to. So
Yeah, I'm
I
fine
don't
with that.
really need to. I'm like half fish on spells.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I'm a-
a-okay. I'm not bothered.
I'm a little hurt. It's not too bad.
So let's take care of encounter roll then. Anything else you need to do, the prep gear wise or anything? If you are going to tend to any of those wounds, take it. You can be doing it here, but make sure you're expending proper resources for that. So Nikki,
I'll just deal with it.
high or low, and then what are you going to, and then roll for me, please.
Hoy.
Wait, hi, how you doing?
84. Or not 84, 81.
Okay, so off by 19, so that's gonna be no encounter. Okay, so I guess we'll just factor for the walking.
walking.
Christopher walking. I would say it's a little less here because they patrol up to this point, so you'll be able to get up here just fine and start here. So you get to there. Alright, give me another one, Nikki. Actually, go ahead and just roll me like a battery of them, and then I'll just use them until we hit an encounter, and then I'll rotate to someone else.
It's like, what's a battery? Like 5?
Like a 10, like 5 or 10.
Oh, that's
5 or...
5.
Oh, alright.
There's a 4 and a 1.
Alright then, so give me one more for the encounter itself. I gotta get to-
36.
Yeah, we're on the same encounter one, so we're still on 8, so it goes up to 16, so 53. And All right, so we'll start with perceptions.
Time to perceive.
Sheet's being laggy, sorry.
Welcome to Roll20.
Oh, check your stream.
What?
Hey, you got rated.
Autumn, thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Just in time to see us, I don't know, potentially fight something. We'll see. Hello.
I have all the chats open at the same time.
What were you streaming, Autumn?
All right, Nikki, I need one thing from you. If you go ahead and roll me a d12.
I need one thing from you. Your soul.
Annoying.
Would help if I can type.
Goblin, that would be really great if I had that command.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
I still need to get that command.
Which command is that?
Shout out.
The shout out command.
There's a baseline one. The exclamation point SO is a bot one, but / shoutout is a Twitch one.
There you go.
Oh.
Bonk. Okay, so Sarik, you are able to spot something where you just kind of get this, like, as you're walking down the alleys and stuff and you're moving into the main ones, you can see the horde kind of around the, like, depth, because there's a bit of a drop off this north side going in that plaza there. There's their horde. But moreover, as you're coming down this alleyway here, you just suddenly get a bad feeling. As you're looking over and you see what looks like just too much stuff stacked very neatly, to the point that you actually spot the little flitting of stuff moving on its own as it seems like the trap is nesting and arming itself. A rather familiar behavior. And so
I definitely point out to the party.
you recall the gear ghost, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely point out to the party and be like, do we just want to go around or do we...
It wasn't very good last time we fought one.
I mean, I feel like I did perfectly fine, but the rest of you was pretty rough, yes.
Yeah, so Cursive, I would like to perform the most tactical of player moves in tabletop RPG and nope out of here.
Okay, which direction you guys want to go? Keep in mind the feather is your guys's. Seems to be down that main alleyway leading out of the noble section. Kind of right at the mouth of it.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's not a lot of other ways out except for jumping a wall and climbing down.
Yeah.
Is it a thin wall?
No, these walls are fairly thick.
Damn it.
Why were you just gonna bust through it?
Yeah, I have a hammer and I have Earth Strike. I'm
That's-
just gonna put a hole in it.
That's fair. I don't know. I asked.
Might draw some attention to us.
When you have a big enough hammer, everything else looks like a nail.
Okay. And do we have any room to like maneuver around this thing, or is it just kind of
could
just
try
being in
to-
the way?
I mean, keep in mind you guys scaled these walls before, so if you want, you can try to go into a yard and scale. And just, like, drop down somewhere.
Yeah, we can just fucking jump their fence. It's fine.
We just find a bunch of gunpowder, a wagon, and some fire and roll it into the gear ghost. All those things are surely laying around.
On the
Angry Aklo noises.
On the upside, you won't need to find the fire. I can provide that.
That's true.
Yeah, I think yeah, I'm all for that. Like, why don't we just go find a fence and just hop it, just move
Yeah.
on with our day.
Okay. Yeah, this yard here would make a pretty easy one since the entry is right there. You don't know. I'd say probably you're going to be careful since you know the yards of some of these places are as haunted as the houses. But there is a bit of a reaction as you'd see, like, a couple of stuff tumbles down as it seems like Geargos is trying to quickly scramble. And you won't be able to get in and make a full-on combat, but I am basically giving him, like, he's attacking from range with whatever garbage he can. Since he can take a forward action to basically once a day assemble a new trap, he's going to basically switch his configuration, volley at you guys like motherfuckers. But alright, so we'll go in order that I have you on my list, which is just 2. Oh, that's sneaky. So there's a bit of an explosion of one of the barrels. It's just like fire as it kind of burns its own stuff, and you probably would hear some angry Aklo coming from it before suddenly there's a volley of what looks like rudimentary sharpened wood splinters, but you'd see that they're coated in something but as they just launch towards you guys, and you guys all could dive for cover if you like, or do what you like if you have any immediate actions on its turn. But specifically, you might range attacks that are basically area effect. You can literally dive prone, and that gives you a bonus, Stacy. Otherwise I need to know before I roll it, any rolls.
Definitely want to dive for cover.
Yeah, I'm drop prone.
Sure, I'll dive. Why not?
I see everybody else doing it, so I do it.
Yeah.
I love your justification. All right, Nikki? What is your range? Not touch AC. Range. So ignore the +4 that you get. I'll handle that on my end.
I would love to tell you, but my character sheet keeps locking up on me every time I try and change a tab.
Hey, you have found
I
my
have
pain.
Deckel's problem, yes.
Mine are very slow to load today, so maybe just roll 20. So they need to import this campaign to Foundry 2.
Yeah, fuck roll 20.
I mean, Foundry's pretty nice. It's just
Takes forever to set up, yeah. Like my roll 20 and my sheet have both gone like that gray white.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can see if I
can't
can
check.
load it. So I'm just gonna lock me up.
Yeah, and then everyone gets locked up.
Oh, I'm loading on the wrong one anyways. I'm not gonna be able to see it. It did load for me fairly quickly, so slower than it should be. Usually it's snappy, just boop, there it is, and right now it's like click. Okay, it's like, ah, fuck you. Okay, but I'm currently looking at just the background color of the entire thing. Oh, wait, there's the roll 20 load symbol. There it is. I believe you had mage armor up from the prior encounter, so that should still be up since it hasn't been that long. So you're 22. 1 year prone.
Gotcha.
You're an 18 normally. Yeah, which means that the primary volley of it, the rest of you would feel some splinters, and it'd be a pain effect basically, but only lasting a round. The fireball that it kind of created causes a lot of the stuff to kind of slump down the hill of that incline as it starts kind of rolling down. You can hear the chittering of the gear ghost as it kind of rolls away as you just kind of evade its trap. But yeah, you would see as there's rudimentary arrows stuck in that building right there as you kind of crossed at the closest point, and just you can see it's dripping with some sort of virulence, something.
Fun.
It's possible to do like some sort of check to figure out what it's dripping, like what substance
Yeah,
is being dripped.
that would be your alchemy check.
Poop.
It's poop. Yeah, I'll roll an alchemy check. Or my skills. Do we have alchemy?
Craft alchemy.
I don't at all. So never mind.
Yeah, and this one would not be one you could roll without the skill because its DC is identified as higher than a 15.
Fair enough. Definitely poop.
Yeah, it's kind of greenish yellow. It
Ugh.
seems to be. I mean, has the consistency of blood. It seems to have a rather not sweet, but it has a scent that seems kind of musky sweet.
Kind of hate that.
Right?
Actually, there's one thing I would allow. I would
Stick
allow
yourself with
Griark and Dev. Go ahead and give me a knowledge arcana.
Kinda, okay.
This is based on backgrounds. I don't want to be hosing you, Qual. Let's just see.
I have not trained in Arcana.
This part I
I have
Okay,
a 2.
I'm giving you nothing. It's the
Someday I might be able to roll something for you.
I mean, you could just roll a d20 and then tell me the modifier later. Next one.
It requires me to see the modifier. Let's see. I have alchemy. I have arcana. Alchemy's higher.
Oh yeah, do the alchemy because it's much easier to identify with that. I'd say. Okay, yeah, Greg, you know without a doubt that's Wyvern poison,
Oh, cool.
and that familiar smell is basically what I was giving you for that. Where it's like I was gonna tell you that it's like it smells like a Wyvern, because you guys would have familiarity with most draconic creatures given havens. Kind of.
All of the draconic creatures there.
No idea where the fuck this ghost got wyvern poison, but
Hey, for the people who are uninformed, how bad is wyvern poison?
Nikki, you would know that it starts at a pretty high DC, i.e. out of character DC 17, and then it deals a D4 con damage every tick, and you have to get 2 consecutive saves.
So bad.
it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Elder Wyvern poison is worse because if you can't tell if this is that or not, but Elder Wyvern is basically if you ever fail a save by 5 or more, it adds duration. If you critically save, it resets duration, or critically fail, I should say. So you basically it could just be with you until you die.
Which won't take long at that rate.
Yeah, D4 con is pretty high, but you guys can move on. So, going back to the okay, yeah, you're gonna go right into another encounter roll. Roll me another D100. Probably as you guys are scaling the wall down. You had a 1 right afterwards. Oh no, I said I was gonna switch to another one. So we'll say Crix, give me D100.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Let's
hi.
go.
I should have said low.
Yeah, you should have said yeah. That's within the encounter rate. So I guess we are. Roll one more.
You dumb bitch.
No.
33 plus 16. Go ahead and re-roll that because I'm not going to make you fight another gear ghost.
It's the same one. He's just pissed.
He's really
He's just
persistent.
really stalking us.
He's
If I
persistent.
roll another one, it ends up being a gear ghost. We have to fight him.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But when I tell people to re-roll, it's like if you hit the same thing, it's that's your fate. All right, so plus 16 goes to 57. That is not a gear ghost. Go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
Just one of whatever it is.
This is like the first time you guys haven't rolled like max or near max for like one of these things, like with like the
Right.
giant locusts, where it was like 6 giant locusts. It's like, dear God in heaven, it's like a CR12 fight.
Oh no.
In this case, all right. Perceptions again. See if you see it before it sees you.
Perception? Pog, real good at that.
Please let us perceive.
And it rolled a 2. Okay. Yeah, this is all of you would spot it beforehand, but definitely a bit more keen between Dev and Griark. But you would see a kind of familiar coloration, but a much larger variation, as you'd see as there's this what looks to be a large-sized scorpion that seems to be making its way through some of the alleys as you're moving along. with that one, you'd see at a distance before it spots you, so you could potentially try to stealth, or not that all you're great at stealth, but you could try to evade it. Basically, it gets one roll to try to see if it notices you. But yeah, seems like another giant bug. Seems like they're very common, or they're at least drawn by whatever this is.
Must be a very high oxygen environment.
Hmm.
Whatever you'd like to do.
I'm trying to stealth, but I'm not very good.
Yeah, just
at it.
like yeah, fuck that thing.
Yeah, let's see how we do.
Can set it on fire.
Ah.
Oh man, so I think I'd have to nat 20 if I try to stealth.
Well, keep on. You're still rolling its perception. I don't have its sheet up because I try not to do that so I can give you untainted.
I don't mean to be too meta here. I have a -5 to stealth.
You just leave me got
You got
natural
the
20 out of
armor.
15.
Do it. Just do it. See? Natural 20. Just do it.
All right,
Natural
Pops,
20, easy right now.
See,
Easy
I'm-
right now.
I'm-
Natural 20.
I'm
guaranteed.
helping balance it out. Natural 20.
That was actually a 19. That was actually a fact.
So if it rolls shit on perception, and it might, I mean, unless its perception's like an 11, but
Listen, I'm here to help balance the.
Ah,
There we
Go
go.
on, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm here to help balance the party out.
all right. So yeah, the average of ours is fairly low there, but I do still have to look at his because
I'm
he still might
bringing
have a.
up the curve.
Perception 54.
I mean, some bugs have crazy high perceptions because
Yeah,
they don't have a whole. They don't have. No, he's a +4, but he does have tremor sense. But you know that just from the other one, so it's.
Just
But
stay out of
you're-
reach.
Yeah, you're at a greater distance than what it is, but yeah, that's a big boy. Yeah, 16-foot long scorpion.
Jesus Christ.
Crash would ride that.
Oh,
I would-
on some of my characters, I would totally want to make friends with that thing. I'd be like, hell yeah, pet.
You don't even have to worry about his
Those crazy-
poison because his stinger's just gonna go all the way through you.
Right? it's gonna be the fry thing where it goes all the way through and gets the person behind you.
Yeah, it's like-
Thanks for the resub.
Heard this thing where it's like if you ate 10,000 bananas in 5 minutes, the radiation will kill you. It's like, oh yes, that's what would kill you.
Yeah,
The
I-
radiation.
Not the 10,000 bananas in you.
Yeah.
Not the exploded stomach.
Genuine question. How big did you say this thing was?
Large.
And is it
16 feet.
Is it elemental of any kind?
No, this thing is just a large vermin.
Listen, so am I. We're of one kind.
Alright, so you came over here, jump the wall. What the hell am I looking at? Why is there like a.
Parkour.
Oh, that's. So you jump the wall here. That'd be cutting over to about this block. Alright, so. Let's rotate around. Sarik has an encounter Deckle. Give us a roll.
Oh, okay. Roll E high.
Alright, the roll shall be high. High-ish, but the counter rating starts at 25, so go ahead and roll another one. This will be you guys getting to this block. This is the one where if you do get an encounter, you are very close to the sanctum. So you could always retreat there if it's better.
Well, there's an encounter.
Alright, go ahead and give me another roll to determine which one.
Hey,
Oh
I
my-
think there's a gear ghost.
Y'all.
He's caught back up.
If it's that gear ghost, we gotta fight him. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. But you know what I just determined? This gear ghost is... who here seen Wall-E? The little,
Yes.
the little robot Mo?
It's fucking Mo.
Oh my god.
I'm just tracking dirt everywhere. It's not happy with me.
It's like this fucking living energy. I hate it. This living energy's on fire. Why is it on fire? I hate it even more.
I'm just leaving like burning footsteps everywhere I go.
I really want to go watch Wally now.
Dude, I love Wally.
Wally.
Wow, directive.
Eva.
All right, so plus 16 is 50, so 50 is indeed. So we're going to. So D12 to start off, please. Determine what materials you find.
How many gear ghosts it is?
No, it's actually determining the CR of the trap that he has at his disposal.
Oh, fun.
So it actually is the gear ghost?
Yeah, 100%.
That motherfucker, dude.
6 is right down the middle. That should be fine, right? That should be...
As you
Just
walk forward, you suddenly are impaled. Vlad the Impaler appears behind you. He's eating dinner.
I was thinking, like, I step directly into a punty trap and lose my leg.
Fast Pan Rat. This is Pathfinder. Yeah. Doing Mummy's Mask.
You step on
Zombie's mask.
you step on a jack and your leg explodes.
All right.
Hi, Stormy.
I had a DM who did that to me. That's not even that.
That was a reference.
I get it, just a motherfucker. All right, go ahead and give me perceptions against his stealth for the trap. We'll see if you guys notice. Out of character, obviously, you know, but
I'm not trying to derail, but I'm sorry, your leg exploded?
yes, we were playing a GURPS game that was supposed to be in Forgotten Realms, and I had made a Death Knight that was literally like a WoW Death Knight with the frost thing, and I literally had heavy plate armor and a frost coating that was actually heavier than the plate armor. And then apparently orcs got really close to our camp, dug horsebreaker holes, and put caltrops on the bottom. And I stepped on one, and it went through all my armor and armor effects and hit my leg so hard that the leg was considered utterly destroyed. It's not like exploded into like gore, but I literally could never use it again, and it's going to be gone and have to get amputated. That much injury. And I'm like, how the hell did it get through my armor? And first he's like, well, because GURPS, the boots are like, you know, they have the sole is less armor than the boot itself. And I'm like, but not full plate. Full plate, that's one of the reasons I went for full plate, because usually I like agile, like half plate or chainmail. But when I saw that, I was like, that's a good thing, because caltrops are a thing. And so, and sure enough, I was like, it did nothing? And he's like, yeah, it goes right through it. And I'm like, and these are orcs? Is it magical? And he's like, not that you should have to know, but no. And I'm like, and then he's like, well, it uses your strength against it. I'm like, they use the strength of my weight, because GURPS basically determines your weight, and that gives that a strength rating for when you collide with things. So that then basically it can determine how much damage you deal because of how much you weigh. And so it's like, and that amount of damage at a max roll could not get through my ice armor, let alone the other. And the DM got so pissed he started yelling at me, and we were in the middle of a Denny's, that actually was the end of my group, because he was doing some other dumb. That's the same guy
I'm fairly positive you told me about this particular story before, and I just simply forgot it. But that's
that dude
insane.
is the same one who gaslit one of our players to the point of making him think that.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
At least the door didn't kill you.
No, but that did Deco, I think.
I don't think I got killed.
No, that was Cephas. Cephas died to that.
In one of my games, a DM put power word kill on a door that triggered whenever I cast knock on the door.
Yeah, you mentioned that one the other night.
Yeah. Real unhappy about that one.
Rise of the Runelords has, sorry, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played it, sorry guys, but it has been out for like 12 years. Rise of the Runelords has a trap in it that is literally a golden door with these little coin slots that you are supposed to use. You're supposed to drop coins in it to unlock, but it doesn't. The door itself is a fake door, and it unlocks a wall. If you touch the door in any way other than just dropping a coin in and you have to do it without touching the door, it's a piston. And it slams you against the wall for more damage than a max level fireball. And yeah, it was bad. It was basically just liquefied Cephas. And it was like, all right then.
That's awful.
Because it's basically, instead of being at the end of the hall, it's on the side of the hall. And it's like, it's the biggest fuck you I've ever seen of a trap. It's just, well, no. That same campaign had the 4 mirrors of opposition. That was pretty bad.
I forgot if there was like is this a knowledge check, or was there a clue to like what you have to do with it?
I mean, just the 3 holes, and then the fact that they matched the sizes of their nation's coins.
I gotcha.
All right, let's get this gear goes to the road. So, hey, Sarik. Also, we're missing one. I think Dev.
Perceive.
Look at you. Okay. So with that 25, that is going to be enough to spot, even with his bonus to a degree. You're aware, you're still suspect in the moment, but Sarik got a 1 to notice outright. Sarik, you would notice something rather interesting in that you would spot, just given, and this I'm going to actually just give you based on your background. You'd recognize it as an ancient Ustalavian coffin. I think that's kind of the Goth horror nation. It's over on the other side of the inner sea. but I think vampires and werewolves and shit. It's Van Helsing. It literally is just Van Helsing. And you spot one of those kind of out of place, but then you realize it's been propped up and kind of set up, and you'd even spot that it looks like, sure enough, you'd spot some recent trap work to the door itself of it. But moreover, you're sensing that the ground beneath the coffin is particularly weak. You'd actually see it dribbling downwards. It looks like it's arranged some sort of quicksand.
Oh, okay. We haven't stepped in this yet, right?
No. Again, you beat it by a margin enough that you aren't within the trap's radius. Before, you guys didn't even beat it, so you were definitely getting hit by it.
How far is this pit of like softer floor?
At that rating, you guys would be about 60 feet away from it. From the
Oh,
edge
okay.
of
So
where
it
it
keeps like a way off. Okay.
Yeah, you're spotting it, and you're just like that. Like the coffin's sussy, and then you spot the quicksand underneath it that it looks like it's propped up to not be resting in it yet. But it's like you don't know what the coffin has entailed, but it looks like that quicksand is likely to eat whatever is dropped into it fairly easily.
Yeah, I've got a silly idea. I'll relay this to the party. I mean, obviously Dev saw it with me, but and then I'll expand my hammer into a Earthbreaker, and I'll turn to Hobbs. Like, Hobbs, you think you could set that coffin on fire from over here?
Did you just ask me if I could set literally
From
yes,
from over here.
How
don't
far away are we?
don't walk over there.
The coffin itself, you'd be about 70 feet away because it'd be at the center of the quicksand. The quicksand is partially up against the building, but it just seems like going down into the foundation.
Oh, 70 feet's actually a bit far. Yes, I can. Well,
I
so-
think we should just trigger it because that's a trap.
okay. Well, I technically can't, but I have a friend who can.
Okay.
He's just gonna summon an elemental on top of
That's
it.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
Speaking of which, I will actually just like I know the Earth minion is still out, so I'm just gonna kind of keep him at my side, cursive.
Okay,
Poor
yeah,
elemental gonna be summoned in, just fall into a trap immediately, hate you forever.
Mhm. Take one for the tea.
Look, they're elementals. They're not that.
Because I'm trying to look.
No,
all
no
my
elemental has ever held a grudge.
Because Spark is 35 feet, my Ray of Frost is 35 feet. I could.
Yeah, unless you had
score.
scorching rays.
I do have Scorching Ray, but that's still, it says 35 feet on here, unless it's
That's
wrong.
I don't think that's right.
What's the question? I was reading up on the Geargos itself.
How far distances are for some of my spells.
Um,
Scorching Ray says 35 feet. I could be wrong.
oh, yep, it's close. Okay. I thought it was medium for some reason.
No.
Yeah, like all the fire spells I have are close.
You don't get very long spells until you start hitting 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like... well,
Except for
I
Magic
could
Missile.
I could do one of two things. I could summon my elemental on top of it and just let it trigger the trap, or I could try to chuck a flaming Molotov from here, which is a pretty far distance, but I could try.
Why don't we just get the elemental?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Take one.
Yeah.
for
So you summon the fire elemental. I believe they are also close. So you just tell them to charge in and get it.
Yep. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. So I will roll for that then, just because we'll see how it goes. Because I mean, maybe something else happens, but
You shall see.
I'll essentially tell him like, this isn't gonna be good for you, but I promise to make it up for you next time I summon you.
Over here, just it doesn't matter.
You're just gonna summon him into a pile of wood. Have fun.
Yeah.
Just like-
Just gonna get him like a nice big like thing of like wood chippings.
I'm just thinking here, like an earth elemental can just earth glide and probably be immune to this quicksand, but all right.
That's
Oh yeah, you're actually right. Nah, it's too late.
as my fire elemental is running in, I'm just like, wait, what?
yeah. And okay. So as you send the fire elemental in, and it goes once it gets within 30 feet and starts basically balling up a little bit of fire in its hand to basically try to scorch the casket. The casket suddenly springs open, and you would see what looks kind of like a as if someone made a chain like that would chain straitjacket, just hurls out on the end of a chain and basically goes and hits him and just immediately grapples him, and then begins.
Oh my God.
Can I summon him?
Well, this has to resolve first, but
Okay.
yes, you technically can.
Okay.
If he's inside it, he could just still catch it on fire.
Yeah. It grapples him, and then it gets a immediate strength check to immediately try to pull him into it. At the same time, you'd see as the coffin itself actually seems to drop off its little pedestal into the quicksand and starts going down. So you see that it's basically trying to reel him into the coffin before it goes into the quicksand.
My poor baby. I immediately feel super guilty.
Okay, it's unable to pull him as he's basically hanging on to it and just trying to like resist its pull. So
I just want to be like, come on, man, we're trying to be cool. We're trying to not have to kill you, and you just keep stalking us. Like, what's that about? Come on, really? Do you care that much?
Oh no, I want to help my buddy out.
I mean, if you guys have any actions, since that's Koala's, otherwise in Koala's next turn, yes, you can dismiss it as a free action on your turn. But you guys do have an action. You don't see any sign of the gear ghost per se. Oh, I did try that. What did you try that? It wouldn't be. Yeah, you'd see the sign that the gear ghost must be near as the trap itself disengages on the gear ghost's turn, and he basically tries to re-grab and re-drag the thing before the coffin goes out of reach. You don't see where he is, but as long as he's within 60 feet of the trap, you guys identified that last time that he can just pretty much reset it and re-fire it.
Indeed.
He just managed to hit the elemental after it. Basically, that unleashes him and re-grips him. Oh, but he does manage to pull it into the coffin, which then snaps shut on it, but it does seem to be burning fairly quickly. It looks like it was fairly dry.
Okay.
But if no one else has anything, we can go back to Koala's turn.
Yeah, I don't think the Earth Elemental actually can really do a whole lot because we don't know where he is or anything else. So we want the coffin to burn. So.
Yeah.
Right. So since we're getting back to my turn, since the coffin is already burning, can I like can I desummon it and it'll keep burning, or like does he have
Yeah, the fire stays.
Lovely. Then I'm going to like just scream out, "I'm sorry, I promise I'll pay you back," and I'll desummon it so he doesn't get hurt or suffocated or anything like that.
There's a rather horrifying feeling as you feel like something resisting your call to desummon it, but you manage to power through and get it. But you realize that ghost almost basically held possession of it.
No. I would have fucking swam through quicksand to get my buddy back. I don't care if he's just a little summon.
I mean, yeah, if they're binding it, that's actual death. That would kill that elemental. But in this case, then yeah, you do feel him basically discorporate and return to the plane of fire. But you guys would also see on this turn, then basically before, well, no, because Hobbs's turn. I don't know. In any case, you see that the coffin does vanish from sight as that's some element of the trap he can't reset. It's not mechanical in any way. It's just a positioning thing.
Sure.
So it just seems to sink down into the quicksand.
Well, then we just need to find this idiot.
You hear clattering from the same shop on his turn as it seems. You don't know if the ghost is going in to find more materials or just fleeing.
Can I safely enter the shop after him?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna safely enter the shop after him. I'm just gonna look for him. What's the size on this particular gear? Like, our gear is small.
They're like tiny or something.
I mean, they basically make a very small little body. It doesn't usually look like a humanoid form, but there's usually a skull. It's basically, they are the skull. And they're tiny size. Because basically, the standard description is grasping arms emerge from a tangled cluster of debris, mechanical parts, and then a metal skull hovers above the clanging mass. It's basically, they form a skull out of debris, and then they live in that skull.
I gotcha. Yeah, I want to enter the store after him and try to find him.
Give me a perception. We'll give him a stealth, see if he evades you or not. Because, yeah, he's basically trying to evade and basically reposition another trap. You're not seeing him. You hear some stuff clattering down, and you can see that he kind of went back towards. It's kind of a regular shop front, and then it's got like a back room area, and the back room door is still kind of shaking as if it had been opened wildly and struck the wall behind it.
Okay, I'm just gonna go into the back room.
Right to the shop.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm going
All right, that's amusing. As you guys are coming in, that same back room door, as you go to push it open, suddenly tries to whap against you twice, but your armor is way too thick for it. Seems that a door is a CR 1/2 trap. Seems that he's probably nearby to possess it. Go ahead and give me a new perception since he's activating that. His stealth is considered lower. He basically tried to attack you with the door.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. I have a funny thing.
You guys still can't see him back here, but this back room doesn't have a door out. Don't see one from Griark. I know you're having issues with the sheet. Scroll up, we could probably see your modifier, which is a 6. So if you want to give me a d20, we can just go off that. It'd be helpful if he stopped rolling 19s and 18s on his stealth. You guys could actually just find him.
Yeah, I have a
You're gonna have to roll because Chrome is locked.
Yeah,
Hey.
it blocks up the whole site. You know exactly
Yeah.
what I feel.
Exactly. It's not just the separate deal; it's the whole thing.
Oh, Stormy, thank you for the hydrate, and Ada. Hopefully I haven't kept you waiting too long. Let me grab one of my Gatorades. Cool Blue is the flavor of the day. Alright. But yes, you guys don't see him, but he's probably in here somewhere. The fact that he's basically probably still in the midst of trying to whack I almost said Sarik with the door. You guys are probably then standing behind him since Sarik was kind of first in.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like let out a sigh, change my hammer back to a regular hammer, and put it away, and then go sit down in the center of the room, and actually just hold a hand out, and be like, "Come here, look, it's not gonna end well, so just come out, all right?"
I'm just sitting here like, it's an undead spirit filled with rage. I'm not certain that'll work, but you know what? Fine, give me diplomacy, Griark. I mean, Sarik, goddammit. I think
Oh,
there's
dear.
I think there's a thrown objects trap. I think he's gonna just throw shit out of the back room at you.
This is Sarik is reserving the same energy that like a very exhausted dad would have for a child that's throwing a tantrum. Guys, I don't really know where he is. So I mean,
All right.
Set the entire place on fire?
we can.
You look, Hobbs is already holding 2 Molotovs.
No.
Just like,
No.
All right.
uh,
Well, that changes the subject matter then. Okay.
they're
Did
not
you guys have-
wait, they're just ready.
Yeah, but it's not stupid either. We're gonna change the trap type. Rather than just throw shit at you, all the shit on all the walls begins falling off rapidly as it tries to collapse the entire stock and all the shelves on you guys. I need all of you to give me a reflex.
He's already throwing shit at you. I was just gonna throw something back.
Yeah, but now he's throwing everything because he's like, "Oh shit, they're gonna burn me. I need to just collapse the building."
Wouldn't be happening if you wouldn't be a bitch.
I accept my fate. I was trying to coddle this little demon.
Okay, that collapses. This high level one. I don't want that one. because that's like an actual avalanche. This is just falling shit. There we go. Yeah, so everybody but Dev is taking full damage from this. Dev, you're taking half, unless you have evasion. And you are entangled but not pinned by this amount of shit. But I will say this eliminate. Oh wow, that's not even a good roll. That's.
Ow.
But he does still drop a lot of shit on a lot of you and breaking most of the stuff in this otherwise ancient shop. But hey, you can see him on one of the now bare-tipped shelves as he's just sitting there with a little body made of little detritus and some porcelain and a little like metal like one-eyed skull, and he's just kind of sitting there, just kind of seething. Mo's angry.
Am I able to get to my gun at all?
Oh yeah, you're just entangled. So entangled just gives you a penalty. You're not restricted on weapon types. You're not, and it's not a tethered or anchored entangle, so you can move just fine. It's just you got shit caught on you. Just keep it theater of the mind because we're talking like a 15 by 15 foot back room, probably more like 15 by 10 foot.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and channel energy.
Here, let's get initiative list up here on the map, and we'll just go in that order then. Go ahead and toss out a roll just so you can get added to it. And whatever you guys want to do, we'll just...
Oh, quick.
So don't mind me, just a little hurt.
Sarik wasn't target, so I'll just come over here and add a manually. There we go. Okay. And then Sarik 12. Okay, so he's last there, so we'll just... There we go. So, Griark, yeah, if you want to do, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Hobbs and Dev, and then Sarik.
Yeah, we gave him a chance. I'm shooting him. Yeah, not with that though. Grit to not be broken.
Misfire suck, yo. All right.
Yep.
Hobbs.
How far away is it from me?
Assuming you went in the room a little bit, he's probably about 12 feet away from you, so round down to 10.
Cool. I'm just gonna fucking. He's a little shit. He deserves to die. I'm gonna try to scorching ray him.
I love how I made you all hate this little gear ghost.
No, I rolled like shit, but such good damage.
Oh yeah, that's such good damage.
I mean,
Wah, wah.
there are hero points if you're
Do you have
that
multiple
motivated.
rays?
Not at the level I'm at. Do I have any hero points? I feel like I should save the hero points.
That's fair.
There's better uses than just murdering this little thing.
Okay. So that'll go to Dev, who's going to channel, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna channel.
Well, at least you can't exactly evade that. You can try to will save for half. What's your DC? It does have channel resistance.
See. Channeling. $15.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage. He does resist, but he will still take half. Okay, so for 4. Okay. That puts us to Sarik.
He's still alive?
Oh, he's easily alive. He has. I mean, he only just took the channel damage and nothing else.
Yeah, the last one was kind of a little shit about having much HP.
Okay. Expand to an Earthbreaker, and then is he within melee distance? I know it's a 15
Yeah.
by 10 room, but he is.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna swing on him with the Earthbreaker.
Got it.
Actually,
Ooh, good hit, even with the entangle. Yeah, you feel that DR just like he had before, but you do hit him to a point that you crack some of his little material form.
That's it for me. Oh, I'm sorry. My Earth Elemental. I also want him to do a slam.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll for him. Ooh. And I believe their small Earth Elementals. Is baseline damage. That's going to hit. It's a d6 plus 4. So go ahead and give me that roll, please.
also Deckle, you're actually right. I do get two rays, but I just now realized.
Oh my god! It's a 5 damage.
5 damage. So that won't get through his DR. Just kind of pings off him. Go ahead and roll the other right now, Koala.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just checking because I was like, wait a second. I have Fire Affinity and I have my my cloak, and both those give me a +1. I did
Yeah,
not do it
caster level.
That'll hit.
Cool.
Alright, so up to 25 damage taken.
Lovely,
And-
jubbly.
Puts us back to Griark.
Take another shooty shot, I guess.
Oh, wait, no. It's him.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Nah, he doesn't get a turn.
No, he's not allowed.
There's a rather amusing, but also a bit horrifying when you realize the implications of it as suddenly everything that fell down on you rushes back up to the shelves and the shelves right themselves. And then blasts down at you again. Reflex save again.
Ah, fuck. Just reorganize.
You could be a force for good.
Yeah. You could be a librarian.
You'll be a dentist. Dev's just making up for that half damage they took in the prior round.
Yeah.
Here, I'll roll the damage and we'll get Nikki's as it comes. Ow.
Cool.
Hit the button.
What was the save?
Oh, the save's a 15.
Okay,
There you
good.
go.
So 15 means you take half damage, and so for those below, you're taking full damage. Fortunately, Deckle, that's double damage.
Yeah, so Dev is not okay.
Are you still up?
I'm about to be
Yes.
not okay.
You might want to get out of the room. You can
I'm
always
also
channel and leave.
Not okay.
If you fail to save, you are entangled. But
Dev.
I mean, at least you made the save, Hob, so at least it's half damage.
Yeah. If I did make that save, that'd have been a lot worse for me. Be honest.
All right, now Griark.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna try and fucking leave the room, I guess.
Oh,
He took 10, so 34. And then he took 5, so 39. I forgot to factor those in. Okay.
keep doing this to myself.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot.
It's a process.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, hon.
Reloading the gun.
No, I've hit the button. I just gotta wait for the sheet to actually do things.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
assume
saying.
you've already tried to end your Chrome process and reload.
I am on
I
like
know
the
it doesn't-
5th process.
Oh, I know it doesn't work. That doesn't work for Deckle, so it's like I guess I'm not too surprised.
Well, I did 3 whole damage.
Yeah, that's just the bullet ricocheting off him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of here now.
Just muttering, just a little bastard. Could be a good undead. They're all over at home. What's the deal? Just fucking evil undead. That's racist.
He'd be working as like some sort of engineer somewhere, putting together things like stopping disasters. No.
Hobbs.
All right, now that I know that I have 2 Scorching Rays, I'm gonna fucking shoot 2 Scorching Rays at this bastard.
I'll yuckin' do it again.
I'll yuckin' do it again. 12 and 9.
That factoring in your point blank.
I believe.
It's only adding 1. Do you have?
Then.
Do you have a no dex? What's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 17.
So yeah, that's not adding your accuracy. You haven't been rolling with your. It doesn't have your dex in there.
Attack type ranged, is that not the right one?
Yeah, but you gotta set the stat to dex probably.
Yeah, it's probably set to nothing right now.
Oh wait, how do I?
That's where you've been missing so much.
Oh no.
What? Wait.
It's only
What?
21 episodes in.
I'm very confused.
Here, I'm gonna open your sheet. I'm gonna look at it myself, and we're gonna.
Yeah. I'm not gonna touch it. You do what you need to do. I'm very confused.
Because when I look at what gets added to your roll, it's showing a +1. So it's like I'm guessing that's you when you added the point blank, which.
Yeah, because I
Why is
added that on after the fact.
Okay, so let's take a look at. Your range has it on there, but it shouldn't be. It doesn't use your base attack. So spells.
It's in my. I have like specific attacks for it. That's what I've been clicking whenever I roll for it.
Ranged. Ranged touch ray. Should be using it. Let me double check your created attack.
Yeah.
Scorching ray attack range type versus touch. Yeah, it should be using your range, but equals 1 attack things. Why is that only a 1? That makes no sense. Oh, are you encumbered? Do you have a condition?
I don't think so.
Something's very wrong with this. What the hell? Because if you should be adding 3,
Mm-hmm.
just flat out. Which,
Yeah, what's your base attack also?
well, base attack. Oh yeah, because it should be 5. Yeah, it is going to be adding that. So
I'm real glad I fucked everything up somehow.
let's. Okay, so there it went to 3 when I changed it to that. There, now it's up to. There it is. It's up to 6. I had to recalc. Okay, so at the top, every so often, Koala, see this button that says recalc? Hit that every so often. Sometimes it just has to catch the sheet up.
Where is that?
At the very, very top next to where you wrote your
I
name.
see. Okay.
So I just hit it just now. So yeah, a couple of your
Okay.
other attacks just went up too. So
Cool.
yeah.
Should be careful about that though, because it can reset your spells used.
Oh, check. 1 second. Nope. Spells used are still at the same.
All right, cool. They fixed that then.
Okay, so that does mean that that's hit.
Great.
So for 33 damage, actually that's he discorporates. Leaving just a little skull behind again.
If I can snatch that skull, I'd like just yell out, "We try to be nice."
I mean, from what you know, there's one big problem that you notice when you look at it and you realize, because you guys figured out you did make the roll last time to know it's rejuvenation. It literally is you have to apply a hollow and holy water to everywhere it's ever put a trap. At this point, it's probably put traps all over the city.
Yeah.
Can we put it in a jar? Can we?
I mean, it could start animating the jar, but I guess yeah. You know he's gonna rejuvenate again. Normally they take quite a while to rejuvenate, but the Cobb Pulse is most likely rejuvenating him quickly.
Just put him
May not
into a
want-
vat of holy water.
At least if he wakes up, he'll be angry. I mean, yeah, you might want to not bring him with you because he'll start animating objects around you.
My gun just floats to the next side of my head.
Do we know roughly how long it takes for them to rejuvenate?
Normally, it takes them. I think it's 2d6 days. Let me double check. Oh, I'm looking at the Earth Elemental.
Yeah, but the cop pasta might be like fucking an hour for all we know.
Yeah, 2d6 days.
Okay, then I'm just gonna grab the skull, storm outside because I'm also at 5 hit points and pissed, and I'm just gonna like dig the fastest like rage hole of my life. It doesn't even need to be too deep. I'm just gonna dig a hole, throw the skull in there and just shove the dirt back on top of it.
I thought you were gonna take a shit on it or something. I was like, what's he doing?
I'm going to channel positive energy.
Yay! We all get plus 13 health.
Yes.
I like you guys knew the gear ghost is painful to fight, and you still chase it. Like, let's get him. And it's just like,
We didn't. I mean, Tariq went to go like talk him down.
that's fair. Speaking of, I haven't took Rick in a while. Is he?
No, I'm still here. Just in my own defense, I actually wasn't trying to fight him.
Yeah, unfortunately, the one thing to remember. The one thing to remember is a lot of the undead are being driven by the compulse, and if they're naturally evil, or their host or whatever their formation is from evil, they're going to be less likely to listen. I still gave you the roll because it's like, oh, I'll give it the chance, just because unless something is literally made of the villain, I don't see why you might not be able to talk him down. But in this case, it's like think of like the Mummy, where it's like she was resisting it, so you saw moments where like rounds where she didn't act, but then rounds where she was choking the life out of somebody.
Yeah,
So
I wanted to give him like his best shot at it, but he also just almost sent my little fiery companion to like a buried grave, and I was not.
Yeah, it was basically a Yu-Gi-Oh card trap. That's what that shit was.
I was not okay with that.
Kirk's gonna turn to Verlois like, I still maintain that you can parlay with the undead, but that guy's just a fucking dick.
I mean, my guy just wants me to kill all those guys, and I was trying to be nice. I don't.
If we're the ones, it's like, yeah, you're like undead are like twisted and bad, and like that's why you shouldn't really like. Once in a while they're okay, or like those ones that are like half undead, or like the cursed like vampires. Like, I get it, but like she points like a feather like wing at that one. That guy's an asshole.
I mean,
Yeah,
they don't have to be dicks. I mean, just don't let Big Sis hear you talk about that, okay? Just for your own safety, don't start that conversation with her.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that one under the old beak V. Just gonna pet Berlois and say move on. Get the hell out of here.
Before it wakes up again.
You're moderate. I'm a Sif.
Do we still have a wand of like cure lighter or something?
I
Because
thought you guys were given one that had lesser resto and cures in it.
we
We
did.
do
We
in
were,
fact have those.
we were avoiding using it because resto is really important. So we're like, no, we don't have to use it.
Yeah, but HP hitting 0 is also important.
This is true. I'm still down a little bit. I would appreciate some hees.
I'm still at about a half, yeah.
Okay. We have. Let's see. We have one that's a dual-headed one that's 20 charges of Cure Light Wounds and 20 charges of Lesser Restoration. We also have a wand of Cure Moderate with 50 charges.
Oh yeah, if I can just hit me with a cure moderate, that'd probably do it.
Yeah. Could use another one as well.
Okay. Can I just expend 3 of these charges for Cure Moderate and just hit everybody with that? Let me do
Yeah.
that.
Do that.
How much does Cure Moderate heal by?
2d8 plus 3 out of a wand.
Is that for all of us? Or...
Each.
We have to do it one by one.
Okay.
It's a single target heal. So you guys can keep rolling it. At this point, if you guys just want to roll it and say someone healed you with it and just keep track of how many rolls you guys do total, I'm cool with that.
So 9 HP to somebody.
Yeah. You know what? Who's not hurt the worst?
And probably Dev.
Do call it before you roll. Don't shop
Yeah.
the rolls like that.
I'm
that's
sorry. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
that-
I'm just gonna hand this wand to someone. Then can we just like not count that charge?
I mean, that one is just whoever's. I would honestly say who's the most hurt and apply it to them and keep going. Because like that's who you'd probably start with, right? The person who's near death.
Yeah, that's probably me. Although,
Yeah. I'm like floating around half. So
Well, I hit Dev for 9 HP,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna pass this wand to a different party member.
cool. I'm taking.
Well,
I'm taking.
It's
taking
easier
one.
for you to use it, so
Yep.
you should be
Taking one.
using it.
I think
Fuck.
thematically it would be you using it, Crix. It's just it's just who's receiving the heal needs to, like if they want to roll for their receives, that's fine. It's more just
2d8 plus what?
3.
3.
Okay. All right. Got healed for 8.
That gets me close enough. That's 40 out of 42.
It's pretty close.
You can always do it again if you need to, Kamala.
I'm at like 3/4. Should I do one more?
I'll
charge?
hit Koala with another
Get
one.
yourself
Okay.
close to the top.
Okay. I didn't want to use all of them, but like.
The one had 50. You're not gonna use all of them. Just
Okay. Cool.
you don't want to be like
Here.
at half or the thirds or something.
There we go. That's more like it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that thing had 53 hit points with 5 DR dash. It's not fun. It's like
that should get me-
Yeah.
that should get me to full with that.
Well,
Okay.
we rolled him 3 or 4 times, so he just
okay.
really wanted
You
to
rolled
fight.
you rolled him twice. Like the other times you just ran away. And I'd say the first time you guys almost died.
That is why we try to avoid them.
Does anybody else need any healing?
I'm good now.
Doesn't look like it. I'm just down 2 HP.
Dev?
I'm alright.
All right, cool. Then we're good. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Okay. So I only need one more roll then as you guys leave this area. And you'll be getting to the next.
Whose turn?
Alright, yeah.
That would be Koala.
Let's do this. Do I have to call highs or lows?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm calling those because my rolls are shit. Fuck!
That's
Oops.
what happens.
Shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that.
Hey, I made a
It's-
mistake.
It's the Hagrid moment. Should not have said that. Should not have said that.
Should not have done that.
Roll me one more for what the encounter is.
Yep.
You know what's
Probably
fun?
not- It's that
This
fucking thing
encounter-
again.
This encounter table, a third of it are friendlies, and you guys have not hit a single one.
I'm
Like,
glad.
you
I've
find like
noticed.
you find like people hiding out in the house, and it's like you guys can't hit those apparently.
We didn't find anybody hiding in a house. We hid in a house against giant bugs.
I don't even know what. Okay,
Listen,
roll me a d6.
I'm like, a 2 is probably great, right, guys?
Clearly, it's great.
All right, we'll start with perceptions as I look up what this precisely is.
They never stick the really worst stuff at the extremes of the encounter table.
They never do that. That'd be crazy. I told you my rolls for shit. I rolled real high when I tried to roll real low, and then a real low when I tried to roll real high.
I'm gonna kill Crumb someday. I am.
Non-sponsored.
There we go.
What sponsor is that for? What promo could that possibly be?
Edge.
Murder and Chrome. Yeah, Edge.
We're going back to dial-up. This is for AOL.
Internet Explorer, let's go.
CompuServe.
Its time has finally come again. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna play fucking D&D on floppy disks.
Let's go. All right, so Sarik, and actually just Sarik, man, Sarik, you are just vigilant Tom today. I love it. All right, so you hear this kind of odd, kind of like howling that. So the rest probably sounds like some sort of just probably like foul or like undead dog, but you just get this like kind of look, and you look down and wait for it. A couple ones down. This one. You'd see as it seems to be downwind from you all, as it seems to be kind of following, but not so much with its nose. As it comes around, you see a human-like skull, but with a very extended lower jaw, and all the teeth are very elongated. It's hideously malformed, hairless, covered with some pustules, and looks to be just an animated corpse, but seems to move like a dog on all fours, and even makes noises like one, just like a ghastly howl. It doesn't seem to see you, although it doesn't bear eyes. It just seems to have empty sockets, but it seems to be scenting you all. So it's kind of like tasting the air. And you'd see a second one come around with it as it begins tasting too. And it kind of looks towards you and begins just kind of loping towards you all.
Definitely inform the party. Is there any roll I can do to find out more information about them?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a knowledge religion. Dear Lord, I just found some official art of somebody riding one of these things.
That sounds terrifying.
Sounds awesome. I want to do that.
I'm gonna put it in
Streak doesn't, but I do.
I'm gonna put it in the Discord just so you guys can see it, just so you guys see this is the creature. I will put the stipulation: there is nobody riding this one, but
Awful. I hate it.
That thing is crazy.
That's the
That's
worst.
not cool. That's not okay.
That's me
No.
at 3 a.m. acquiring cheese.
Yeah, I was about to say it's me sneaking downstairs.
all right. So actually, all of Sarik and Dev, you both would recognize this type of creature as soon as Sarik points it out to those that didn't make the. That is a Festrog. It is basically only formed in the worst of scenarios of major. Oh, and Greg, you too. And basically, whenever there's a mass surge of necromantic energy, it basically causes anybody who died from the necromantic energy and didn't immediately rise. Basically, their flesh. It's usually multiple dead corpses that didn't have their soul otherwise res. I.e., basically, if a wraith leaves its body behind, it basically takes that and whatever else it can grab and forms it into what looks like one, but is usually two or three. Which is what it doesn't usually have any semblance of its prior self. It is more animalistic. You would know that combat-wise, those pustules are filled with some of the worst diseases. They charge, and they have a charging bit of a pounce, as well as not only a pounce, but if they bite you, they will immediately begin to feed on you, and they will then try to trip you as part of that charge.
That's horrifying, actually.
Hey, I'm not okay with this. I'm being honest.
If it detects you, they can charge. They basically their movement speed is fairly slow unless they sense prey, in which point then the movement speed goes from 20 feet to 50 feet. And then adding that with their charge, it makes it 100
I just
foot.
hate everything about what you're saying.
And then whenever they're running on all fours, they're treated as having the run feet. So it means that basically if that thing wanted to run after you, it could run at that speed 300 feet around.
That's insane. Can we, is there like an alternative path around these guys?
They're behind you. They're stalking you by scent, they're like downwind from you.
This might be arguably worse than the Wraith.
It's 110% worse than the Wraith.
Does anybody have some?
You would know they're particularly low in, let's say, fortitude. You know that they're weak. But like if you hit them hard enough, they'll die fast. But
Okay, so they're scary as all shit, but they're not necessarily like.
they're low CR. They're low CR, low hit dice. So
Okay.
Dackle, were you
I
gonna say something?
still kind of want to do a little.
I was gonna say if we have any meat, just fucking drop it and keep moving faster than they are.
It's not a bad idea.
I will probably put a time limit on your plotting because this thing is literally loping up after you.
I will take some of my field rations, right? Some of the dried meat, like the preserved meat, and throw it in the trail, and then just like kind of usher the party to progress away from these guys.
I am going to ask, just because that's not... I don't think dried meat is their thing. I'll give you either the better of a bluff or a survival to try to make that work. I'll do it against their own, I guess, perception in this case.
Can I help with that in a weird way?
What do you want to do?
Maybe knowing that maybe like dried meat isn't necessarily like, because it looks like something that it probably doesn't want to eat, like a good steak unless it's like very rare. I'll even take a few points of damage for this if it'll help. I'll cut the palm of my hand and like rub blood on it, so it.
Oh
has
yeah, I'll definitely give an aid for that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it has
Put some blood on that shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna help with a bluff, I think, since that's really good for me. Nah, it's supposed to be good for me.
Well, keep in mind with
Okay.
aids, they work different. How many ranks do you have in bluff?
I have 11 points in it.
How many ranks?
5 ranks.
Okay, thank you. So that'll be adding 5 to his survival, which will make it 25. Okay, I'll give them both a roll to see if they notice. Otherwise, yeah, they'll stop and eat. So it's a fairly high roll now with those good rolls. Yeah, you seem to have warded the two of them off as they begin ravenously. Like And it's not like they walk up to it like a dog and then start eating calmly. It's basically there's a point they're about 40 feet back from the pile, and you'd see one begins to dash and the other kind of follows after it as they make this horrible howling, crowing noise. And you'd hear worse, like more in the same block, and you're like, oh, there's more. But luckily, they seem to get there and just kind of almost fight over the pile as they kind of slash at each other. But you have evaded them at this point.
Horrific.
Yeah, and then
But terrific. Let's go.
I'll very quickly use my the wraps around my hands to like staunch the wound so the scent of blood doesn't carry with us.
Verloise, who normally doesn't use her telepathy, probably using it right now. And this is why undead are horrible.
Just gonna shoot a look at her like again.
Your big sister is not here. I can talk about it as much as I want.
Okay, but I'm here, and it makes me feel a little bad. Like some of my mentors are undead.
I'm not saying all.
Some of my best friends.
She
are
fluffs.
dead.
She just fluffs and kind of looks.
I think what Verloise is saying, I'm just gonna like kind of scratch Verloise, like I don't think those ones back there are your mentors, and those ones are definitely wanting to kill us.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I just, it's a thing. Okay, it's if you ever were in Haven, you would understand why it's a thing.
Which it's so funny to be out of character because I adore undead, like an undead, like sentient, like not terrible ones. But it's like at the same time, yeah, traditional undead are just look, the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, this is just a. They don't have the same experiences, so it's understandable a psychopath would have this opinion.
Right.
All right. At this point, you approach the what is this one called? This one is called the Cenotaph of the Cynic. It's a decently bulbous building as you approach. Let's see. I shouldn't have an official description. It's kind of ominous looking. It's a rounded. Looks like it has fortress-like walls. You see why it's being used, but it stands apart from the other tombs. It's separated by 100 feet of flattened rubble on all sides. From what you understand, that it was actually built as a monument. Well, I mean, originally it was supposed to be a temple, and then it was turned into a library, and then it was kind of made a monument to those who fell to the plague of madness. But it's supposed to be for the atheists of that it was supposed to have a crypt below. From what Verloise could explain, is that basically any of those without gods, they're since they believe their spirits may be just stuck there until otherwise brought. But otherwise, the Lamia's sectateers, known as the Amushet. The Amushet are generally very poorly regarded in Wati because the Amushet are actually the same family that are thought to have culled the Plague of Madness and brought it to Wati. But
cool.
But at the same time, they often preach for those to not worship any of the gods. It's one thing if you need something directly from them, but basically to treat them as mortals, and they are generally willing to trade with any mortals willing to do the same. But they also apply that to not only the current pantheon, but the Osirians as well. So again, makes the Wati populace very upset, given their high religion. But all right, sorry, I was just double checking right there. It's about 40 feet tall. The ceilings within are about 15 feet tall, unless otherwise mentioned to you. But the walls are made of reinforced masonry and then have sturdy bronze doors. And I actually have a map for you. Not that it's going directly into combat or that, but you know, things can occur.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a map. It must be no.
I mean, usually that's the case, but you know.
Hey, isn't this the building I almost burned down?
This entire campaign isn't theater of the mind. I'm uninstalling my operating system.
Oh my gosh.
I'm uninstalling my brain, which won't take long. Just letting you know I'm doing it.
I just love that in Futurama, whenever they told Bender to forget everything you know about blah, and then he just pushes a button. Done!
I also love that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It happens like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, God, I love you, Bender. I really liked his character in Enchanted too, Little Demon.
Oh yeah.
I haven't
this is
watched
fun.
that actually.
The little
I
demon
think-
is a lot like Bender, but different enough that he's cool.
You gotta go into the mindset that enchanted is, or disenchantment, or whatever it's called. It's definitely not Futurama. It took me a few episodes to get over the fact that it wasn't
Yeah.
Futurama, but it's still good.
It's actually, I'd say it's closer to Simpsons than Futurama. Okay, I'm just gonna keep clearing up the edges here a bit, but you guys can see there the doors are shut right now, but you're welcome to walk up and try to enter or knock or whatever you want to do.
Not all at once now.
I mean, I'll go knock. Sure. Why not? I'll go up to these doors. Give a little knock. See if anyone's
Go ahead,
home.
go ahead and give me a perception, Hobbs.
Sure. Girl Scouts.
Yeah, you don't hear any answer or anyone coming to the door.
Can I try the door? Is it locked?
No. So yeah, pulling it open, you pull into a larger section. The light kind of illuminating a bit. Looks like they actually have a couple torches on the north two pillars that are illuminating it very gently. It looks like they're kind of burning down. But almost as soon as the light casts in, you'd see as there is a very large and not elemental snake that rears up, spreads its hood, and just kind of hisses defensively as it's
Slowly close the door.
You do see the doors here are open, and seems to be a hallway that goes left and right. Doesn't seem to immediately it just seems to be kind of sitting defensively, but yeah, as you close it, it just seems to kind of lower its head and watch as you close it.
Okay, so
You
there's
did
a
notice
snake in
that-
there.
You did notice that as you close it, that snake has about 24 earrings piercing its hood.
Huh. Is that a religion check to try to figure out what that means?
I mean, I would say it's probably not even a local check to know that, someone decorated it like a pet.
Oh, okay.
Generally makes it more irritable too, though, because, snakes aren't exactly going to appreciate being pierced.
Yeah,
Right.
that. Okay. Well, there's a snake in there. I believe it belongs to somebody.
Right. We need to find the person it belongs to.
Yes. I don't think the snake is going to be too kind with us walking in here, but we can certainly try. Perhaps someone with a higher armor class can go first.
Come over to the. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm on push. I'm on push check. I keep forgetting. Sorry, I was talking to Chad about what the setting is. Do we want or need to fight this snake?
I don't think
don't
we
need
want
to-
to fight it. We want to.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I just don't want to be bit by it.
Can we walk around the outside of the building then?
Yeah, you could do a lap around the outside.
Around the outside?
Around the outside. Around the
I mean,
outside.
Dev, unless you have a plan to fight this thing, I'm just thinking path of least resistance.
I mean, I was gonna try to talk to it, but okay.
Can you talk to it?
I don't know. It's a pet. It might be a magical pet. I don't fucking know.
Okay, hold on. I like this idea, but
Yeah.
we should probably do a lap around just in case.
Okay.
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 All right, cool.
Cursive, I'm gonna work my way counterclockwise and just walk the perimeter.
Okay.
I'll walk with you just in case there's something bad happening.
The DM's rolling, always bad.
No, I was just thinking before you even roll it, I'm not gonna let him walk by himself. However, yes, the DM rolling tends to be bad.
That's how many treasures you randomly stumble across.
That's why I say tends to be. There's some good DM rolls. But if you're just doing something non-conspicuous and the DM starts rolling, I get nervous.
Sarik, as you get close, you can tell that there's something that they changed in the wall right here.
Right where? One more time?
It just illuminated it. Yep. That's
Ah,
it.
I see. All right, I'd like to approach and investigate it.
Seems to be actually decently used, and you see quite a few tracks, like an abundant amount of tracks in that a well-used secret door. They seem to keep it well hidden.
Okay. Well, I'll obviously point out to the party, and then I do like a, I don't know, like a perception or something. Like, there's like a hidden thing, right?
Yes.
Can I do like a perception or? Oh, actually, I have the architect like profession skill. Can I see if there's like a hidden handle or somewhere nearby?
Oh no, as part of noticing it, you notice like if it has like any obvious. So this one, yeah, there'd be a handle.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think I'll I don't know if I don't know if the thing expands quietly, but I'll expand my hammer to a earthbreaker, and then just kind of give the party the nod, like be where you want to be, because I'm going to see if this will open.
Mhm.
All right, cool. I go home.
Oh no.
All right, Koala, roll for solo encounters.
Ah, no.
500 D100s.
Like, where do you even live? A different state.
That's definitely gonna be a lot of rolls. Good luck getting out of the necropolis alone, buddy.
Okay, yeah. So party where they are. I'll go ahead and try and open this door then.
Okay. Yeah, it pulls open fairly easily. There'd probably be you can hear some scrabbling as you do, as there seems to be a bit of a like surprise, and as you do, I don't have the tokens up here, but you'd spot what seems to be okay. Now this room is a bit interesting. This is a walkway that you're going to see that goes up to overlook the room, and then the doors are below it. So I'll open this here. I'll get you the official description. And then we'll get you the official description, and then we'll. But the stained glass windows high up are still casting light across the oval room. There's books and scrolls crammed into every spare surface, save a massive pile of blankets and pillows on the circular dais dominating the north end. An iron staircase runs along the eastern wall of the room, climbing to a small balcony above the room's double doors. You do spot, and you'd see her in the process of, since she can act in the surprise round, but it's basically like you'd spot a Lamia that's quickly shifting into a human guise. But it looks like she drops what looks like she was sculpting a rather generous bust of a human man she has there that is also, you can see his discarded armor, and it doesn't look like they're doing anything utterly untoward, but he's reading a book, and like they were basically both right here on the in the blankets, and she basically had him uncovered enough to basically try to sculpt him.
Nice.
Hello.
She seems to try to move to the stairs and then just kind of scowls a little bit as just the, yes, come in, and by all means, I'll reveal my hidden door.
Yeah, sorry about that. We knocked, but the snake was not very receptive.
I mean, that is why everybody is there, is to guard the front.
Yeah, we found the back. Anyways.
She
Hello.
kind of moved over here. She was large size, but when she went down to a human sized, and I do have a picture that I'll put in the Discord for you. And then let me get a picture for. Let's get a human up here. You do spot the armor that you're seeing that looks to be militant sect Parasman. You also would spot a few things about this room before we get into the social aspect, so I can give you that so you are fully aware as you move in. She does motion for you to close the door before speaking more, just kind of holding up a finger. Just, it's clear she's worried, but
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll even reduce my hammer to regular size and put it away, and then close the door. Just, I want to be a little bit disarming.
By disarming.
still, to traverse the necropolis, then yeah, the details are in other rooms, so don't. But still, you're tenacious to be traversing the necropolis, unless you're here looking for shelter. As long as we can be civil, we can speak. Normally, I'm a bit different presentery, but presentable all the same.
Yes, we are searching for the source of the current weirdness that's happening. So we know
You
that
won't
it's
find
not
that here. I don't have anything to do with it. She says a little bit defensively.
I know. We know generally where it's from, but we had heard there were others in here and might need assistance or know anything about what's going on or who's been doing it.
I have a fair number here, yes. We numbering a little over 24 here. I've given them all rooms amidst some of, well, not amidst, but effectively amidst the former abodes of some of the peacefully sleeping dead.
See.
While they're talking, can I inspect this soldier? Like, is he
Yeah.
awake? Is he okay? Is he entranced?
Give me a sense motive.
24.
24. He seems to be just kind of watching her speak. As you do that, he definitely seems. I mean, either he is in like the deepest like of like puppy love, or he might be entranced with her, but definitely to a level of kind of fanaticism. But he definitely is watching you all still. Like he seems to be kind of defensively looking after you, but
I don't mean to ruin hospitality, but who is your friend here?
this is Taruk. He is my companion, and I am trying to make him a suitable gift. Oh, I dropped it on its head. She kind of walks over and picks it up, and he kind of chuckles at it, just like he's like, "That's all right. I'm always a bit of a flathead."
Oh.
But yeah, she seems to forego the illusion to just stay the natural at this point, since the cat's out of the bag. But let me get. I do have her action. That's what I was looking at. I was getting her actual art for you to put in the Discord. My name is Hepshipup, and you are.
Oh, I'm Sarik. That's Griark, Hobbs, and Dev. Oh, and Char.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, and this is Verlawaz.
Yeah, she just kind of chirps and waves. Smart bird. Not just a
Something like
bird! Oh. Okay.
that.
So shut up. I
Yeah.
have to-
V's not exactly a bird. So, my friend, what are you doing out here? I'm talking
Nothing.
to no, I'm sorry. I'm talking to. Would you say his name is Torok?
Taruk. Think like Avatar Taruk Makto, just without the Makto. It's literally spelled the same.
So, Taruk, were you guys doing patrols out here? How did you end up out here? Were you just battling the undead?
He kind of pauses for a second. There's that pause is audible as he just kind of, oh, what the hell? Trying to search her name and I get weird ass other things. All right. I'll just have to screen cap it. He gets a little sluggish with it and then kind of looks at you and just like, before and just. Oh. It was a party, a celebration thing with the necropolis. We were on patrol. I've been with her for a good long while now.
Interesting.
Yeah, almost feels like months.
Hmm.
Shepa kind of looks at him like it's been about a week, but yes.
I see. And where's the rest of your guests you're entertaining?
Some are in their rooms, others are in the main chamber. Don't worry, they are under guard. Akshu and Bezar look after them diligently.
I'm sorry, who and who?
Akshu and Bezar. They are two of my most loyal and ferocious pets.
Did you folks have any trouble with the sun when it was doing its weird thing?
Oh, a few days ago, yes. We just entertain ourselves within. Although that was before we got the majority of our guests. The shadow people told us that they needed some assistance, so being the benevolent of my sisters, I figured with them away, they couldn't complain.
So, I'll be honest. I'm getting a little weary of the song and dance. How long have you had him charmed?
He starts going off on it's the first I saw her beauty, and she probably, let's see.
My friend, you're not well, and I'm not even addressing you. How long have you had him charmed?
Yeah, she kind of just gives a little bit of swing to see, as I said, about a week.
Is there any reason why you have him entranced?
She just kind of clears her throat and looks to the butt she was carving, and then,
I mean, you don't need to entrance him for that. I mean, look at you, look at him, look at you. I don't think you need the charm if you want to have a boy toy around.
She raises a finger. Well, he was just tell them about our first meeting. Oh, I was such a buffoon. I came in and I started threatening her life. I don't know what came over me. I thought, like, I had no orders for it, but, it's just, I figured better someone get rid of the monstrosities. Well, not monstrosities. I'm sorry, dude. Don't take it personally. But, like, that's what I said.
Oh, you're
okay. Gotcha. No, this makes sense now. I'm sorry.
How is this man capable of digging himself a hole while even entranced? This is like
It's kind of
beyond...
impressive, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
She just kind of chews on a nail. She watches that, just kind of laughs. She's just kind of. It's clear she's nervous. You're about to start some shit, but
Sarika is just very blunt. I mean, it's his character. He's been around dead bodies his whole life.
She doesn't seem to be offended by it. She's just.
Are the others entranced as well, or is it just him?
I wouldn't say so. A few maybe, but nothing as strong as this one. I've offered that there's a level of it that is a bit more permanent. I've said that if any of them wish to stay and join the Amashet clan, that, well, given the current circumstances, we don't know how long it's going to last. But I said that without any enchantments. Some seem to be considering it. Otherwise, some may be doing it just because it's fun. Those that grow close, I tend to use because it's fun. I haven't harmed anybody, and I'm not making anyone do back-breaking labor. But she pauses. Well,
okay. Well, that's fine.
I can. Oh no, I think we might have a convert.
Nah, not yet.
I mean, they're gonna want him back at some point. You realize that, though. I get why you did it. It's just at some point they're gonna want him back.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that is a member of the Pharasman faith. Like they're not going to leave it unanswered.
Oh, I'm aware, and if they came and demanded him back, then he's like, I would leave it. Just that she just kind of chuckles and just see, and then I would give it because I'm not here for fun. I'm. You should ask around. I'm well known that I am the one that usually is talking with the Pharasmans. I talk with more of the Wati civilians when things aren't so dangerous, and I'm the one that goes into town to fetch us supplies. I am very sociable when people are social with me.
That is what I had heard.
Yeah, see?
Oh, I don't necessarily mean offense, but you walk into a room, there's a big snake at the door, you go around the back, and then there's a man who's entranced. It's with your allies. You see what I'm saying?
We
Yes.
did go through a
Do I
secret
seem
door to get into here.
Do I seem offended that you're asking? I'm just more. I don't normally allow even the standard folk to see me such as this. I warn them what I am, but most don't understand what I am. So.
Oh, I've seen way weirder. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Even earlier
yeah.
today, like 10
I
minutes
am
ago.
way weirder.
In fact, you want to see something crazy? And I pull out a little man in a jar that I still have.
Yeah, she just leans over to look at it, just like, why do you have him?
It's a long story. Anyways, he can't pick locks for Dan.
He tried
Did you
to
turn
stab.
someone into a little man?
No, he tried to stab us.
He's a
Yeah, for
valiant warrior.
some reason he kept him as a pet and just I don't. It seems mildly abusive of a relationship, but it's not really my business, I guess.
Eventually, we're gonna become friends, or I don't know, some kind of
Stockholm
syndrome, some kind of syndrome relative to some location. Anyways, I read about it in the book.
I mean, isn't he like that animated Crypt Guardian? So isn't he just always going to be pissed at you because he's supposed to be defending the crypt?
Well, yeah, but he has. It's fine. We'll figure it out eventually. Just put him back in my backpack.
So as you can see, we don't exactly have a moral high
giggles a
ground.
bit. Yeah, she just kind of like finds it amusing.
Yeah, sorry. We didn't mean to cause you any alarm.
Basically, we're just trying to check out all the hot spots in the necropolis before possibly fixing what's going on, but we thought it was a good idea to make sure that the people we knew were still in here were okay.
My personal favorite is Ass and Titty.
Yes.
Would it be okay if we went and checked on the other people that you're housing here, just to make sure they're okay?
By all means, although you may want my company just because my pets generally are a bit more tame if I'm in the room.
Okay.
My lady, I would never deny your company. Give her a wink, and then start walking towards the rest of the building.
I look shocked at or at Goblin, just like, what? What?
Oh, Golden. Oh, you don't need to be apologizing, Golden. Also, thank you for the hydrate. But I'm glad that your Tongue the Mom is going well. Sorry, I've been running the game hunt.
Yeah.
I saddle up next to Sarika as we walk and be like, you've been learning. I'm so proud of you.
I mean, not for nothing, but you might, I don't know, you might want to let him out of it temporarily just to make, see if his attitudes change at all. Just, I don't know, it's your deal, I guess, whatever.
In the midst of what's going on outside, and this is the right time for it?
I suppose you have a point. It's just, you keep them like that too long, and it gets weird.
Oh, you have no idea. I mean, you were warned beforehand that, like, yeah, they keep them that long that, like, they can literally start, like, turning into a demi-lamia, which is basically, like, the proto form of which, but at the same time, the fact that she likes him because she's clearly admiring his masculine traits, so it's, like, it's unlikely she's going that route, because lamia are all female, so...
So it is likely?
Hmm?
You said it is likely?
Is likely what? Sorry, I know
You said that like if she keeps him under entrance like too long, then it eventually could change him into like what do you say, a demi-lamia?
a demi-lamia, basically, there's a proto-form that lamia can be that basically is when they've been under too long and enjoy it too much, they basically really want to. So it's like, if he gets way too into it, then he starts turning into one, and basically, then that's basically one of the two ways they can procreate. And so it's like, but in that case, it's like, well, yeah, that'd be bad, and that the Phrasmans would, like, her charming him is already going to be a problem, but it's like, especially since she did it outside of the realm of the crisis, it's just kind of but at the same time, this area is kind of known to be a problem that they haven't been able to exercise with a full patrol. But at the same time, most of the time, it's not just one sister. There's usually three. But
My lady, I have to implore you, whenever we get done here, you need to let these people return, especially the one you have in trance back there.
that she actually kind of pauses and looks. She's like, "Let them return. I am not keeping anyone here against their." She pauses and looks at him. Anyone but one against their will. The rest
That
are here
one in particular also needs to return to his people when we continue and in this problem out here. Otherwise, the Phrasmans were going to find out about it because we do report to the Phrasmans, and they're going to do something about it. It's going to become a problem. I'm not saying this is a threat. I'm saying this is a warning because I'm trying to be fair with you.
You can see she's kind of looking at you a bit more incredulously. At this point, I actually do need to ask for diplomacy. That might sour the relationship at this point. she shifts a bit and kind of like towers a little bit more over you. And she's like, not even like threatening with any claws or anything, but just kind of more of that like she's not trying to like be like the big one. She's not the big sister or any of that, but more just incredulous. She's like, I just said to you that when they come and ask for him, I would immediately let him go. I know how dangerous it is out there, and I have kept him here because he is a brazen fool. He's like, oh, that's true. I love to charge in before anyone else. I try to get there before them because then I get the glory. It's just that she's like, and she just stops and kind of rolls her eyes without turning her head towards
Oh wow, that's bad. Yeah.
God, I almost want to let her keep him.
And she's like, the moment they ask, they can have him. They can keep him. They can take him away from here. I just didn't think it was worthwhile to let him charge off and become another undead. But if you so want it, she seems to just move towards the door to let it go. To like open the door. We can do it right now. It'll be great.
That's not what Rick was intending. Sorry for any offense.
I have allowed a great number of people that have been very inconsiderate of my sister's belongings and my belongings and what we've kept very, very safe, and kept them safe at cost of things that are irreplaceable. And here I am getting disdain the moment someone comes to check up on us. At least the shadow folk were nice enough to ask politely.
Well, like I said, my lady, I was meaning no offense. I was just offering you, I was just informing you of what the Phrasmans are going to expect. And I don't want to see unnecessary bloodshed. Obviously, as you know, we disarmed when we came in. We decided not to attack your bed. We're not here for violence, and I mean you no trouble. It's just want to make sure everybody can go home and do the things they want to do.
Believe it or not, I am actually doing the same, but I really doubt you believe that.
I'm gonna put a hand on Sarik's shoulder, say to him, buddy, I know you're good with earth, but you gotta stop digging this hole. Just for a little bit.
I'm gonna put an
You want to
earth
check
hand
on
on
the-
your hair and put it out.
No, my God.
Wow, so mean.
She points at Taruk and just says, "Stay." And he just, "Aw." Just... All right. You want to check on them?
Please.
All I can imagine is Sarik does that things that people do where like they lick their fingertips and just
You're like Hades.
See, I like to imagine you have to like snap your fingers and it's like a bad lighter.
Yeah. I have to cast spark on my head to get it come back.
Come on, there.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
be picturing Hobbs with James Wood's voice from now on.
Who?
The guy who played Hades.
Oh, yeah. No, that's honestly the biggest compliment I've ever gotten.
James Woods is amazing. So you know that he actually told Disney that whenever they need, like, for all the animated series and all the extra Hercules straight to DVD movies, it's always him, and he offered to do that for free after the first movie because he enjoyed the character so much. It's his favorite character that he ever played in all of his acting, apparently, from the interview he said. I'm like, that's amazing.
Anytime my elementals don't want to do something, see, there's one tiny incy beatsy little thing you didn't account for. I own you.
They're just like, whatever, man. I'm out of here in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you, Goldman. We miss you, but
Yes.
But yeah, so she let us in there. Then I am gonna go around and just kind of check on the people, just make sure they're like in good health.
yeah, I mean, I could just really open up all of it. She'd open up all but a couple rooms. She would point out that there are some rooms that are basically hers and her sister's that she now keeps locked because otherwise everyone goes in them.
Yeah.
If you could probably convince her to let you in, but you do see in this room here that's marked as H4, there are two massive lions.
I mean, honestly, with just the fact of how like as a reminder, like I'm playing Surik as a very blunt, socially awkward character, and like
I know
he does
I'm not acting
no
that.
he does understand like that it was very terse. So like I think he's good on trying to press any subjects like that. He just wants to check on the people and then go back to what we're doing.
Is there anything that I have a journal I've been keeping on? Let's just say when there's nighttime, I can get about a bit more safely than most.
That's quite all right. We don't need to see anything else. I just
How-
wanted to check on the people.
How,
She just stops. I was going to say I saw some people going about. I thought they might be involved, but you know what? Fine, get out.
You're really bad this week, like really bad.
Like really bad.
I was just going to ask how friendly the lions were.
If I'm in the room, very. If I'm not, they will probably try to eat you.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, they particularly like being scratched behind the ears.
I've genuinely always just wanted to pet a lion.
And by all
But
means,
I don't. Are you going to be in the room or not? Because I
you see me
really
leaving?
like. No, but you did tell us to get out, so I wanted to respect your wishes.
then go. If you want to pet them, then go pet them. I'm sure they'll like it.
I go up and start scratching the line behind the ear.
I'm sorry about my friends. They're usually not stupid.
Yes, I am. Don't lie to her.
Okay, I mean that one he did almost burn us alive in a house fire, but usually
Correct.
they're more personable.
Hey, I am personable.
Is that the one from the ghoul market? I saw those flames.
No, tries to put out.
I mean, there was
was
a
a-
different house fire.
Yeah.
I've set a lot of things on fire.
You should stop setting things on fire. The Pharasmans are gonna come for you next.
I think it's like his whole thing. To be honest, I don't think he can.
At least we're inside of them.
Trust me. Like I wish I could stop, but it's just very easy for me. While I'm saying this, I'm currently trying to give the lion tummy rubs. I don't know how much it respects me and the tummy rubs, but
Oh, it seems to just kind of roll over and like take the like. It seems like a oversized house cat as long as she's in there. But if it's even thinks she's shifting away, there is a moment that it seems like perk up and then you're like, oh god, and then it's like, nope, it's okay.
can I try something?
Depends on what it is, I guess. But yeah, you can almost always try something.
I want to try with dancing lights to create one red dot on the ground.
Oh god.
So we'll say that one of them goes chasing it and like upends one of the benches that has like a couple people sitting on it, and just said, nope.
I immediately stop and just like put my hands behind my back and like whistle and start walking out of the room like I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
do anything.
just gonna start licking
Have
way out
sesh-
now.
Hep Seshup just kind of chuckles and she looks at him and seems to just look at the lion for a second, and he looks back at her, and then she looks to the people and just says out loud, just, "Are you all right?" The way she says it seems to indicate at least she probably asked the lion if he was all right, but
You have a lovely house. I'll stop being a bother.
You know where any of these culprits might be. I would appreciate a look at what you have.
that's something I have to ask for another diplomacy at this point because yeah, she's a bit stinted against you at this point.
Yes, I am aware. It's,
Hey, it's good roleplay. His character's supposed to be blunt, and she's doing shit that's not exactly respectable.
but I'm more personable than he is.
As you do your investigations, and that's the part that I was going to... You do notice that they've taken some care, and this is over the course of the entire building. The main chamber has a lot of the gods, but most of them have been defaced, especially for Erasma, but and then in the other chambers you find other bits where it looks like they've taken out most of the symbols and such like that, and have done a little bit of defacement in that regard, but the rest they keep very meticulous. It seems that they just have very much disdain for the gods at first. But yeah, she nods quietly and moves over and directs Taruk away as she goes to start pulling away the blankets. And then as she does, she lifts it up, and you see that there's still an intact Pharasman dais that looks like it's actually very well kept and it's under hers. And she she doesn't make a major effort to hide it, but she does kind of like do the whole like pen pad thing as she's doing. But you see as she traces a small spiral in the same design as a spiral, but starting from a different spot and making it much smaller. It doesn't seem to have any relevant design on the tiles, but as she does it, they flip open and reveal a secret compartment. But inside you can see that there's a pile of what looks like large silver coins until you realize that they're all a bunch of silver and bronze holy symbols of a bunch of different gods. If you see ones you recognize, some of the Osirians, and they don't look defaced or harmed at all, but they actually look like they're well kept. So yeah, there's 3 dozen. Oh no, they're all silver, excuse me. But in such though, she does also dig through what looks like a collection of more texts and scrolls, but she pulls out a book that's up against the side and seems to be a very fine kind of purple leather book. And then she seems to have a very fine ink pen that's in the spine of it that she pulls out so she can open it, then just leaves to the back. So, well, there was the fire at the Ghoul Market. I had been suspecting that place because it was very busy with people, but then there was a massive fire, and it seems that a large portion of the undead have thinned from there. Let's see, she mentions a few areas. Alright, I'm at the wrong spot. I thought that was where it mentions. She has noticed that there are quite a few people wearing golden masks coming and going through the smuggler's tunnels that she knows go to the north end that she'd be able to give you the location of, that go beyond the walls. And then or excuse me, I think that's east because the map is tilted. And then she is also aware that that there's a lot of people going to the observatory. That they seem to have sent people to the pyramid a while ago, but they otherwise haven't been. She hasn't seen them send any more, and otherwise sees them coming and going from the observatory at night. As you know, you found the star map that indicated that they have been moving at night primarily, which would also indicate that if she has some sort of talent for moving at night, that's beneficial at least because the bad guys are primarily moving at night since the undead get a lot worse at night.
Yeah.
Also, out of character, Chris. I hope you're okay. That was entirely in character. Like, there's no upsetness.
Oh, what? No. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
I just want to make sure. I'm used to a certain other player that would get very salty whenever like those kind of social encounters occurred, and I always get worried.
No. I'm trying to get better about role playing in character. So, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure, just because. Okay. But she doesn't make a major effort to hide the other stuff in there, but she does recover it and pulls out the journal, and then even as she reads it aloud to you, she holds it out to show you that that is what she wrote, as if she expects you not to believe her.
You know, I'm not mistrusting of your kind. I'm not around here.
It'd be really weird if you were.
Yes, it would, since I am a follower of Luriel.
That immediately gets a smile from her. Indeed. Did you know some of her favorite daughters are Lamia?
Of course. Met.
That kind of gets her eyes wide. She's like, "You what?"
My grandmother is very ill.
She kind of doesn't know what to say. That she's like that. Her jaw kind of drops. I mean, now it's my turn to be rude. I don't believe you.
I understand.
She makes like a short motion with her hand, but at the same,
I understand. Don't have any token to prove it.
She chuckles and like, how would you exactly? Oh, if it's true that it's a pleasure to meet you, and if it's false, then you have a braver tongue than I. At the same time, I suppose Luriel isn't exactly known for vengefulness, but her consort a bit more so. She kind of chuckles as she puts the blankets back.
Unless it's the full moon, of course.
Keep in mind, Luriel doesn't follow the full moon; she follows a random
right.
Far worse.
Unless it's her time.
We have a very diverse group of religious folk here. I don't know if you worship anyone, Hop, do you?
Why do you worship them?
Well,
you just speak to them and admire them.
I mean, yeah, he kind of has to worship Magrin. He doesn't get powers, but
Magrim's religion.
Magrin's not great, I know.
Yeah, why do you think
Please.
he's such a stick in the mud?
Believe me, I've heard a lot about Pharasma and Magram.
My worship isn't necessarily the same as yours.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a ideologist.
Correct.
She just sighs and just all right, and she kind of plucks the journal back and just kind of leaves it on top of the stuff she put back and motions Taruk back towards the blanket. Then pauses. She's like, "If you'd like a little extra muscle, I could convince Taruk to guard you. Say 50 platinum, then you could take him home at your leisure."
I mean,
He's
not
like,
really
"What?
safe for here.
You're not even done with the bust, my dear. Come on. We have so much more to do, and I have to give you my gift, and then my gift." And she just kind of looks at him blankly and back to you and just say, "Indeed, you would." And she casts that look towards Sarik, but it's up to you.
I guess I'll look to Sarik too. What do you think?
I think I'm not paying 50 platinum for him, and then I'm just gonna walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of seems
Alright,
like
well,
indentured servitude or some kind of servitude. I don't know.
I've paid less for a man for a night.
Okay.
Maybe you'd like a personal bodyguard then.
And I feel like you're wanting to get rid of him.
Well, at this point, it seems that my loss of him is assured. And truth be told, now I'm a little soured toward the idea.
Yeah, we've made a mess here.
All right, Taruk.
Out of curiosity, do you just do sculptures? Do you do any other kind of like artwork?
I mean, what I draw, I'm not very good at drawing. I'm not really. She holds up the sculpture. I'm amateur at best, but I'm trying to get better. More just fun, something to do with someone.
That's respectable.
Indeed.
Right. I guess we should leave before you get really pissed at us. So, we'll try and stay out of your hair.
I'm going to re-illusion that door. Obviously, it's sticking out too much.
The dwarf just smells anything weird with stone. It's his thing.
Yeah, he's really good at stonework.
She casts a rather blasé look at him again, and then just, all right.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Sorry.
Yes. Hopefully we can meet again under less dire circumstances.
It sounds like the Frasmans are going to chase me out of town unless my sisters get back first.
We're pretty tight with Sabti, and we've pretty much shamed the military general into what he's shamed. So we'll probably be able to tell him, like, just to leave you alone.
I had no intention of bringing torches in a mob. I just don't like the idea that you're keeping a man here who's entranced against his will. That's all.
Yeah, but he tried and killed her, or was going to.
So did a bunch of people, but I mean, at this point, I feel like you could untrance him and see if he just wants to stay. But
What if he
I mean,
leaves?
that's
He's going to
unreasonable.
get himself hurt,
then he leaves on his own volition. That's on him.
I suppose.
Let's just. I'm pretty sure she knows what she's doing. We've said our piece. Let's
I
stop pissing
wasn't
her off.
trying to start a fight. I'm on the way out of the door, and I give her a very polite bow, and I go to exit.
Sorry again.
About the
Yeah,
bench.
there's probably a very like, it's not even resting bitch face. Yeah, she just looks very just done with it now. The last you hear is her ordering him out of at least her chamber. And just tells him to go check on the others. But yeah. So not really a ton of new info, but at least it solidifies some things.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be sleeping there tonight.
I think we're heading for the observatory. I don't know if we should go to the pyramid. They sent people and then nobody came back.
No idea.
Verlawaz is just muttering about all the defaced Pharasma stuff in that place. She acts like she's all like reasonable, and then she cuts up Pharasma's face. And...
I mean, she did. She was like protecting that spiral and all those holy symbols. It might not have been her.
Yes. One of her sisters or somebody from before. Who knows?
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to shift blame on her for everything else. But either way, Verlawaz, something we can do about it now.
Davey, I did have a question. Like, so, have you been in Wadi a long time, or did you just kind of like come along because of the purgatory thing?
She tilts her head.
I wasn't sure if you were like in Wadi before the whole festering sun incident, or if you like you were in purgatory and then you got into Wadi because of that.
Hey, thank you for the raid / host synth. What's up? Didn't know you were streaming today.
Synth.
What are you playing? Oh god, my model's kind of ducked. I guess that's because I'm leaning down on my bed. I should probably sit up.
Yeah, you do that.
It's because it's comfy.
I wish I could play in my bed.
It's comfy. All right. Yeah, for the one shifts back and just well, I mean, it's I had to do one for the people. It wasn't so much about location, but the people.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure how much time you'd spent here. I got curious all of a sudden.
Ooh, Pokemon Scarlet. I still need to get. I don't even know. I guess I'll end up grabbing Violet probably. But I think that's 2 people I know that got Scarlet. But I want to get the double bag. But I also got to get Hearthstone cards. But oh wait, I have a gift card. I have a. Anyways, sorry.
I feel your pain.
Yes, there were people there that were due to be the ones that I was keeping notes on, and their passing was due then. But then, because of the way that all occurred, it threw them out of order, and as such, I shuffled my responsibilities, and instead, and she kind of trails off, and then's like, I mean, Pharasma's not exactly terribly offended if we abandon the order for a little bit of desire, as long as it's not entirely desire and we still keep our order. A balance is due, you know?
Yes.
That makes sense, yeah. I mean,
You're saying you stay here because you want to.
She gives a little nod.
Yeah.
You're doing, Pharasman work. It's not like you're off partying and stuff.
Right. As long as I'm doing good works and, helping a fellow, because, any servant of Macromite is like a brother to me.
That's true. We sticks in the mud have to stick together.
She just kind of starts like wobbling from leg to leg and just kind of like fluffing.
I didn't hear her giving the Lamia a hard time.
No, she didn't. But
it's because I'm afraid of it could eat me in like it's a big giant cat.
Verlawaz,
I'm a little bird.
Going to eat you. No. It would have eaten me first, for sure.
She looked like she wanted to, yes.
Well, she definitely wanted to.
And not in a way involving carving clay busts of people.
Well, at first she kind of did, and I was going to trail off.
Yeah, there was a moment of that, yeah. So it's like, for a second I thought, oh gee, maybe I need to leave him alone.
Then you
for a while.
spoke.
Then you spoke is actually a t-shirt.
Then I saw her face.
Then she heard my voice.
Well, I guess what's the call then? Do we go straight there, or do we check out this pyramid?
That's an important question, yeah.
I'll move you guys back to the overarching map, and I'll delete. Actually, I'll leave the cenotaphs mark up. I'll just, since you guys.
Here's what I'm thinking. We're really close to the pyramid, but if we end up using all our resources at the pyramid for whatever reason and have to sleep somewhere, we now don't really have a safe haven in the northern part of the city to sleep at. So unless the pyramid has someplace safe to sleep at, we'll be kind of SOL.
I mean, we could try to. We might have to make it to the sanctum.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot further than this place.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the sanctum. I don't know why. That's true. There's a whole fucking basement we could hide
We
out
can
in.
go hang out with that dragon. The dragon's adorable.
The dragon's a lot further away than the sanctum, but yeah.
Dragon's down here. But
Yeah, the dragon's way far away.
the house spirit would help guard you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house spirit, and plus we can. The
Drink
basement.
from the fountains?
Yeah.
And Hobbs is just like, right, the fountain.
I guess it doesn't really matter then. Do we want to go to the pyramid to see if they left anything behind that might be useful, or do we just go straight for where we think everybody's headed?
Well, thanks to my stoneheadedness, I think I'd rather defer on this one. That went a little bit worse than I had anticipated.
Hmm. I'm kind of leaning towards going to the observatory myself.
I'm fine with the observatory.
How late in the day is it at this point?
Let's see, let me count out the steps because we had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 p.m.
If we head to the observatory now, it'll be starting to get dark around the time we get there, probably.
Could stop at the sanctum.
Yeah, we could stop at the sanctum and rest. Like, try and hit at daybreak, maybe. I'm worried about being in there at night.
Yes, dangerous if we have to leave.
Yeah, if we have to like leave and try and escape in the middle of the night, it's gonna be bad.
Sounds like we should probably just head to the sanctum then. Just hunker down.
Yeah, we can say hello to the house spirit and everything.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Alright, I guess I'll take the encounter roll for this one, and I'll just say, "Hi is safe." Because you only need the one to get there.
Indeed.
That is not high.
Not high.
So 66 plus 16, 76, 82. All right. There it is. So, you guys would spot that it seems to be getting dark rather quickly on your path home, as if the sunrise is being rushed almost. But you notice that the sun itself isn't any lower until you realize it's just darkness kind of falling around your area. Go ahead and give me perceptions.
I don't like it.
Yep. Yep. Damn, even with a 1. Plus 15, eh?
Yeah, I'd be very perceptive.
I like the perspective. Being very perspective is great.
I'm very perspective,
This is
actually.
why we gave him the eye stuff.
In perspective, cowboy. Let's go.
I have a perspective monocle.
How the fuck do you have a plus 15?
It happens.
Well,
High whiz, full skill ranks, magical item, maybe a trait bonus.
actually correct, except for the trait bonus.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, all of that except for trait bonus, pretty much. So
Cool.
skill mods can get really nasty, especially if you get like something that lets you add multiple mental stats to it, or just multiple stats in general. You can get like really disgusting mods.
Yeah, pretty much, Quell, if you told me a skill that you wanted to make godly, we could probably do that for you without compromising too much of your build. It just takes some looking and doing, knowing the system. That's not a skill.
Why not?
All right. So as you guys move around, actually no one's really spotting the direct source, other than it seems like this veil of darkness is kind of surrounding you. It doesn't seem like it's close. Like, you can always see within like about 100 feet of yourself just fine, but it seems as if these curtains of darkness are kind of about you. And you get the sense that someone is following along with you, just like a sense of unease. But it definitely seems way darker than normal. But otherwise, the roads seem particularly empty.
Could I throw out like maybe a religion check to see if I know any undead that might do this?
Let me give a blind roll. I just need to know. I'm gonna have to try to open the sheet. Oh, hey, it popped up right away for me. Holy shit. Oh, now it's just a white. Oh, it's loading at a pretty normal clip. Go ahead and roll me a d20. Anyone who wants to, and then I'll take a peek.
9.
And I'll take a peek at skills.
We all roll d20s? Alright.
Yeah, you all can roll d20 and I'll check your skills.
I crit.
Crit, come on, crit.
Ain't that a thing? 9, 1, 9, 20.
Okay. Griark, the most you can understand is that this doesn't seem to be undead based, but it does seem to be shadow magic. And then the other one is Hobbs. Hobbs, you were able to actually ID this since you guys just saw it actually in the same day. You just didn't see this particular aspect of their talents used as much. It seems to be shadow magic of the dark folk.
Or evil dark folk. Did Bitchface McGee become a revenant? Because I'm really tired of revenants.
Who are the dark folk? Just asking.
Those people who were kind of wrapped up in like the Unwrapped Harmony, and those people you met in the Ascentity estate.
Remember that house you tried to burn down?
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, well, I'll share that with the group at least.
Maybe it's not. Maybe they're trying to make it harder for undead to find us.
Probably as you guys are talking aloud about it, there's a part that we'll say that just for thematically that like Griark and Hobbs are looking the same direction. I'm gonna DM you actually from a different D&D game, but you know this is perfect for exactly what this thing is. That you look on a rooftop and see as if stepping out of the shadow, as if in response to you talking about it, you'd see this thing that seems to be kind of. Well, I mean, I'll let you describe it to the others. It seems to step out. It seems to have a blade out, but it just seems to kind of grin in your direction and then seems to sink back into the shadows. But we'll just put that in yours, and then where's Nikki?
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, that's probably not friendly.
What do you mean? That looks so friendly.
What?
To describe it to the group, I will describe it's like a shadow with a dragon's head and a long sword with claws, probably wearing armor. Like, think Dragonborn, but
I mean, that sounds like some friends of mine.
I
Made
don't know what
entirely of
Dragonborn
shadow.
is. I mean, I know what Prime Cult is.
oh, do Dragonborn not exist in
Yeah,
Pathfinder?
no. We literally made a homebrew version that ended up being named Prime Kobolds because no one else could think of a better name. And that's
We
what
let the
kobolds
kobolds name, yeah.
Okay,
That's
cool.
actually really
Let me
interesting. I didn't know they didn't exist in Pathfinder.
let me retract that. All right, so imagine a dragon but humanoid.
So,
name. So a Prime Kobold.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what one of those are. Maybe I do.
I'm literally a fucking
Dev-
Prime Kobold!
Dev
I don't know.
points
You're
at
cute. Shut up.
Griark.
I give you a head pat. You're cute. Hush. But it looks like meaner than you.
Put your hair out.
I'll fucking end you.
It doesn't look super friendly.
No, it doesn't look friendly at all. Has sword. Very mean looking. Made entirely of shadow.
Okay.
You would suddenly hear a bit of a whispered male's voice coming, but it seems to be coming from. Each of you would hear it, but it seems to be coming from either your shadow or whatever is casting the nearest shadow to you. As if if you have one arm over the other, it would literally be coming from between your arms. But just you described me as one you'd met before. Where are these ones you've met before, eh?
On the south side of
got
the
nice-
necropolis.
Did you seriously just answer that?
Verlois is just
Why
like,
didn't you tell him?
what if this is bad? What if you just killed them?
Yeah, we just described like a scary dragon shadow thing. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna tell them where they're at.
I mean, I described a general direction.
Yeah, but that's still the general direction. That's not the entire necropolis down anymore, is it?
The laughter comes from the shadow again. You're defensive of them. How quaint and how kind.
I
I
mean, they're
seeing
nice
this?
and
Like-
cool.
Is this in view of all of us?
You don't see anything. It's just talking out of whatever the nearest shadow. This is a specific spell. It talks out of the nearest shadow to you. So, like, if you perceive it.
Okay.
I was just gonna re-explain the whole, even if you're casting a shadow, then it. But I am not here to kill them. I am here because I'm curious about them, and I am curious about the lot of you.
We are friends with the other dark folk.
Can I sense mode of this?
Yeah, actually, same to be honest.
I'm really tempted to cast dancing lights or something to try to create more light around us. To try to disperse
you
as
can.
much shadow as possible.
Oh, the nat one.
I mean, this
gotta
creates
refresh
different
the character sheet.
shadows.
I know, it'll just make more shadows in different areas.
Sarik, it's whatever the hell you feel like. Say Dev, you're getting a feel you don't feel like you fucked up that much. It's like this guy seems, he kind of reminds you of some of you heard some of the drow that ended up like siblings of some of the nicer ones you heard about were kind of like this kind of playful, not that you think this is a drow. This feels just, I don't know, weird.
I mean, what are you anyways? You kind of look like one of us, but not exactly.
I am what is known to those who know as a dark color. Which, because you made a good roll about the dark folk before, dark color is one of the high CR dark folk. They're basically high level casters. Generally, they have a strong bent to melee. They're kind of, I mean, if Death Knights had a shadow function.
Okay, well, I guess if that's the case, then even if your word did mean them harm, there's not jack shit we can really do to you. Stop it. So I'm just gonna have to hope you're not lying.
Oh, that's the mentality. I love it. But you can always fight valiantly and, at least die a heroic death, but that's really unnecessary and not my intent.
I mean, we got technically a bigger problem to deal with, so us dying here would be kind of stupid.
Oh, don't worry. I have you well and shielded.
Well, thank you.
I mean, if we're gonna take it, the Dark Folk here, I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, there was one that was turning them into zombie undead, but we took care of that.
Took care
Otherwise,
of
it
it how?
he tried and kill us, so we successfully killed him back.
Yes, we fought to the death, but his others were
Good.
returned unharmed.
Oh, that's kind
Yeah.
of you, I suppose.
All in all, just one of them had died, and that was pretty good.
You would see at this point as probably if Hobbs put up the dancing lights, if there's any like deeper shadow cast where like they're like intensifying it, like we'll say like behind Sarik just for some fun. That you'd see literally out of the shadow that he just seems to rise out of it, but you'd see this form has more legs, and you'd see looking up closer that draconic helm is, or that draconic head is a helm. But as you would see that, but it does seem to have that glowing grin. But
He's apparating behind me, right?
Yep, pretty much.
All right, I haven't even turned around yet. I have no idea. Is it? Guys, I'm telling you, I think this guy's really trustworthy. I think we should really, really trust this guy right now. Nat 1 sense mode.
He leans right over your shoulder. You are a wonderful judge of character, and he says that out loud right in your ear.
I think Sarik is still unfazed because that Nat 1 was so strong. Turns. I know. Yeah, I've been telling people for years. I'm a great judge of character. Reach to shake his hand.
He'll shake your hand. He lowers the blade. He does keep it out. You don't know if maybe like, but at the same time,
What's the matter?
he looks.
Oh, just thinking.
He kind of looks at Hobbs with a kind of a. Well, you can't really see a raised eyebrow, but just kind of tilts his head to you, but then looks back to Sarik and just see, "Ayoke."
What?
Oh, your name's Ayoke.
Yes, my name is Ayoke.
Oh, I'm Sarik. This is Verlawaz. Point to Verlawaz. That is Griark, Dev, and the suspicious one is Hobbs. Oh, and there's also Char.
Yes.
By the time you're pointing at me, I'm like rubbing my temple, or like rubbing the bridge of my nose with my fingers.
Arcanist, let me tell you this. He points at the walls. Those are walls of shadow. They are hard, like shoot one if you like. They're not terribly defensive, but most mindless undead aren't going to think to try to pierce them. And I've been keeping one up, well, effectively around me, but enough around me and shadowing you to shade you. Because I had heard you mention the dark folk at one point, and so I thought that I would ask you about them. Thus, you've given me the information, so I figure, are you just passing through this, or is there someplace I could escort you to? As the true night's coming.
You have a place to rest nearby. You're heading that way.
Wonderful. Then I can help you there, and then I can go check on my kin. It's taken me 2 weeks to come from the deepest depths to come up here and check on... Let me backtrack. I come from a clan that has been wiped out by the Dark Elves below. And so, I thought I'd heard of this clan. Regrettable, but unfortunate, as nothing really could be done for it. But I had heard of this tribe up here, and I thought that maybe they could use a dark caller.
I mean, their last magic inclined terms. The last guy went necromancer, so I mean, they could probably do with another, magic-y dude.
Into which you don't see any smart things. He doesn't remove the helm, but he just gives a nudge. That's good. You eradicated the other.
You arrived at a... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's about... I was about done.
Did you arrive at an interesting time?
So I see. I assume this city isn't normally like this.
No. We're attempting to put to rest whatever is bringing these undead. Such activity.
I see. Well, let's move towards this sanctuary of yours, and then I will warn you that the darkness that I put on does draw out some of the undead or the ones that think they can come out into it. It creates a rather thick but sponge-like wall that they can start making their way through. Point being is once we arrive, I will move off to draw them away, and then I will eradicate the walls, and they'll simply be lost.
Very well.
Appreciate it.
I would appreciate if on the way there, if you could tell me everything you know about the dark folk that you've met, just so that I could be well informed upon arriving. If you would. He casts a look towards Griark. If you wouldn't, then I will simply ask it of them.
Yeah. I mean, their name is Unwrapped Harmony, which is a pretty badass name.
You said then that one leads?
Yes.
That means they have a particular focus. That says a lot about her. Generally, when we have purpose, we take a name that defines that purpose upon the moment you hear of us, let alone meet us. Whereas we take upon our birth names when we have no direct purpose, or if we're any gesture to himself moving between tribes because of tragedy or what have you.
Hmm. They are surviving the current state of things, it seems. So I'm sure they could use additional help.
Very good. Yeah, it's ironic we just made jokes about this, but yeah, Ioke is one of the friendly encounters, provided you don't immediately engage him. Because if you immediately engage him, he does fight back with all of his power.
Yeah.
Unless you mention the dark folk, at which point then he would immediately stop to find out, hey, what do you know? But you guys had mentioned the Ascentity estate and the words dark folk, so he had been stalking you and no one noticed him, so then it's like, okay. He basically just shielded around you and basically waited for a moment to make contact. He'd escort you to the Sanctum of the Erudite Eye. It's not exactly a horde, but there's a large number of... You'd come up as you'd see the spirits currently defending the open doorway that makes up the main door. But it seems like he's just putting down a bunch of undead and then just kind of standing there, kind of ready for more before blending into the floor.
He's keeping busy.
Trustworthy.
Hopefully we can keep him, we can relieve him of his efforts soon.
Yeah, unless they reach the core, really, even if they destroyed him, he'd just immediately get back up. So it's like upside of that spirit is they can't really die unless they get the core. And since the core is in the basement, the undead have a bit of a ways to go. Especially since, as far as I know, you guys closed all the doors.
Yeah,
So
plus they wouldn't have any idea.
Plus, they would not get past the guardian golem.
yeah, and also there's a chance that one doorway may have opened, and then that thing is just like, ooh, snack.
Well, let's hope not, because we're sleeping in there tonight. So
You just get in there, and the door's wide open, and the thing's gone.
well,
I would just look at that and be like, I don't feel safe sleeping anywhere on this plane now.
But, it probably left.
Yes, you're able to go in and Ioke, as he said, you just see this veil of, and by the time you leave it, I'd imagine that it's starting to get actually dark, but you'd see this little bubble of darkness just kind of move off into the city before it winks away. You'd spot his form moving across the rooftop. Seems that whatever armor he's wearing, although it looks like heavy armor, it doesn't seem to impede his movement whatsoever. As he's literally leaping from rooftop to rooftop.
well, hopefully that goes well. Yeah, let's find someplace safe to hunker in for the night.
Yeah, there were quite a few bedrooms and stuff, and yes, the basement secret door is still sealed. This does mean you could partake of the fountains.
Yeah. I forget what one's abjuration, one's evocation.
Correct.
And I'm
Maybe
no
Chris-
longer a spellcaster. What's up?
Not yet.
So-
Oh, wait, you gave it
No,
up.
he gave up, yeah.
Literally can't be. What's up, Stone Lord Gang? And I put Hobbs' hair out again.
I'm just gonna start murdering you, I swear.
Hey,
That's-
can you describe to me what kind of clothing you're wearing, Sarik?
Yeah, plate.
Kind of clothing you were wearing.
No, but see, there's those clothes underneath that are made of cloth that keep you comfortable.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
gambeson.
Yeah, can you tell me what those look like? I'm sure got a little bit sticking out, right?
Why? I'm not really sure.
I'm just gonna take arcane mark and like put something embarrassing on his head.
Oh no, I just cast spark on his underwear.
This is up for you guys to roleplay out. I usually don't narrate these ones, but by all means, fuck with each
Yeah.
other. It's great.
He puts my hair out. I immediately cast spark on his underwear.
I put the crotch of my underwear out and then put his hair out again with the same hand, and then walk away.
It's on.
That's it. I'm picking
Look-
spells just for you, buddy. I'm picking spells just for you, buddy.
Well, you have a bit more to pick. You guys are going to level up in the night. You all have, but you do get a bit of a surge. It starts with a little bit of Verloise being a bit excited as she seems to know something is coming, and you all would get a surge of that just seems to be of blue and white as you'd see the spiral of energy come down and seems to infuse you as seems like Pharasma herself is giving you a bit of boost.
Boost.
Hey, thanks, Pharasma.
I'm not gonna complain, but I'm gonna get a lecture.
You literally hear Verloise, just don't tell her.
She will know.
How would she know?
She can smell it.
Look, for all you know, she's probably on like perfectly good terms with her now.
Tariq fully believes he's being cursed that way, man.
That's a good one, Dev. That's literally the impending dread. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Alright. I guess we level up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I gotta look up sorcerer shit. That's fine.
Hmm.
It's supposed to happen the moment you touch the observatory, but
It's a weird place to do it.
well, Milestone does it a lot actually. Usually it's big dungeons. It's supposed to be a surge of energy if you're doing Milestone.
My base attack bonus goes up. Woohoo.
Woo!
This is level 6, so let's see.
Level 6.
I get another exploit. Yay.
The chat.
Oracle.
You get 2 oracle.
If you're still in chat, have you seen the webcomic that has Totodile and then the new starter where they're both like, we bite! Like, we're best friends now because we bite. Because they're both bitey crocs.
Love that.
I saw someone post that and it was just like kobolds.
Yep, that's immediately what I thought too. I was like, that is the kobold mentality. Bite.
Ooh, I got a 6.
Oh shit, what is the sorcerer die?
6.
D6? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5. Not bad.
Oh, I'm covering this for all the players.
I'm slightly less than squishy now.
Slightly less squishy.
Yeah, slightly.
And I
Okay,
get
okay.
fucking new spells?
But the enemies now do double the damage. No.
I still don't. I'm still a level away from getting I'm getting 3rd level spells, unfortunately.
Aw, you took a dip.
Yeah, I took a dip.
Don't forget to roll your HP, Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Also, if you need any help, Crix, let me know and I can help you with the sheet. I know sometimes there's oversights and...
Yeah, there was that one time I played level 1 HP to level 3. There was that.
Yeah, there was that.
There was
Hey,
that.
you guys remember that? I remember that.
You remember when you didn't have any of your attack bonuses qualified?
I remember that. That was pretty recent. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So wait,
That'd be
you're
fine.
both,
Oh, I remember.
everybody's rolling 2 of the hit die. You're supposed to just roll 2 and keep the highest?
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally knew that.
Alright, Mr.
I knew that the entire time.
Ah, yes. Middling rolls on a d10. Love it.
I will tell you, you're also allowed to take the average, but the average is always, like in this case, a 5, so you didn't get any better, but you have to decide that before you roll.
That's fine. I'll shop it and I'll take the 5, even though it would have been a 5 regardless.
Hey guys, guess what fucking cantrip I can take now?
Create water.
Drench.
Oh, drench, even better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put out the fires. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the one where I can solve the problems that I'm causing.
That's always helpful when you are the solution to your own problems.
You're like the gangster in Snatch, where he's like, I create the bodies, I don't know how to get rid of the bodies.
I don't know what reference you're making, if I'm completely honest with you.
There's a movie called Snatch, and there's a part where they have a guy who has a tea cozy on his head, and they're trying to keep him hostage. But then they say the name of the guy who hired them, so then the guy who hired them kills him. And so then he basically takes what he needs from the guy, and he's like, that's disposing of the bodies, no, your problem. I got what I need, so and basically leaves. And so these guys who only do like con stuff are now stuck with a dead body and don't know how to get rid of it, so they call their gangster buddy. And they're like, well, you're a badass gangster, you should know how to get rid of bodies. Like, I create the bodies, I don't know how to get rid of the bodies.
Casting time.
Whenever you're looking at your base attack bonus on like your class tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it say like +6/+1 or like?
That means you have 2
+7?
attacks now. So basically, you do 1 attack at a +6, and then you have a second attack at a +1.
I can live a barbarian's dream. I can swing twice in one turn.
Yeah, and when it goes up more, you get to do more.
My God.
And that's per hand too. So if you end up dual wielding like shield bashing, you could literally do 1 for each. But that stacks your accuracy penalties pretty high. Not terrible with the house rules, but
Probably not right this second. Well, I mean, I might. I don't know. I just need to set up a secondary attack, I guess, for a lower BAB.
there should be an option for it, I believe, where you can set up it's called an iterative. Because once you set your attack to 6,
I
it
found
should
it,
start
yeah.
giving you that option, yeah. Ooh, Alex is on sale. People tell me I should play that.
Alex is a good VR game.
Half-Life Alex?
Yeah, I remember I got that for you, Nick, a couple of years ago, or last year.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I have yet to play it. I've yet to play. This might get me castrated, but I've yet to play any of that kind of game. What is it? Half-Life.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I just haven't touched any
Judge.
Half-Life games.
Judge.
The biggest bonk.
Grounded's on sale. That's nice.
Listen, you can judge me all you want. I just haven't gotten a chance yet.
Ooh,
Right.
Ultra Deluxe Stanley Parables on sale.
Such a good game. I had such a blast running
Nice.
that, to be honest.
That would be a fun one to do on stream.
Yeah, I did that for one stream, or no, I think 2, and it was great. Chat was eating it up. It was a great time. It was a great day.
Oh, the Magic DLC for Conan Exiles is on. I'm tempted
That's
to.
kind of cool.
I feel like I should start taking stuff that like branches out into the different elements, given stuff.
I mean, with that stuff you only gotta still plan out, that would be fitting.
Yeah.
Now I gotta sit here and look at spells and be like, do I want this or this?
While we're doing our level up, when do you want to sit down and talk about that sort of stuff?
I mean, just find a time. Tell me when.
Fair enough. There's just this code called a long arm. Fucking. It's a lap.
As you level up and you increase your fort save, reflex, and will save, were you actually adjusting those increases?
You adjust them to that number. So if you had a 0 and it goes to 1, you change it to a 1. You're not gaining that bonus every time.
Right, I'm wondering like where I adjust it at.
Oh,
on
in
the character.
defenses. in defenses, you'll see that there's a spot for, I think it says base.
Well, you can do it where the classes and levels where you do it.
Oh yeah, Nikki's right.
Oh.
First page, core.
Hello. I think I
Oh, okay, I found it. Thank you.
You rated again, Deckle?
did, and I just noticed. Hello, Martinez. Thank you for the read.
Nice.
And our Sariana. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Ooh, the Tails games are on sale.
Sorry for the slowness. I'm trying to level up.
Level up. Power up. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Oh, I love that game.
I've actually been like listening to Hell March almost every day, cursive, and it's
Hell yeah.
insane.
Speaking of, you know what I installed that they had on the Game Pass on the Xbox thing is the Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. I was like, yes!
So good. Oh, Stone Lord still gets mercies? Let's go. Wait, psych, they get one mercy.
There's only one mercy.
They don't get the higher level mercies, they just get like the first one.
You're all having a good night in chat.
Do I not? I should probably grab Magic Missile.
I mean, it's handy.
Yeah, and you can use Element to change the force damage to Elemental to get all your bones.
Yeah.
I just realized I
miss this.
didn't have Magic Missile, and I was like, why don't I have Magic Missile?
Well, that's a little weird for somebody who complained about missing a lot.
Listen here, you. All right. You're right, but that's uncalled for. Why do I? This is a. Why do I innately have? Do I innately get Scorching Ray? Or am I dumb?
That might be a Bloodline spell for you. Check your
It-
Bloodline.
It might be. I'm like, I know I innately get Burning Hands.
So
Yeah,
you're
Scorching Ray's a level
free?
2.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
I'm seeing.
freak get them at level 5 to get Scorching Ray.
Yeah, I think that's what it might be. Okay. So then that's fine. I just need a 3rd level spell that I get now. Woo!
Fireball.
Wait a second. That actually might remind me. Is Lightning Bolt a 3rd level spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
I innately learned Lightning Bolt because of something I took all the way back at level 1.
Which is so good when you turn into other elements. That was my bread and butter on my ice switch. Was
Yeah,
cold lightning bolts.
I have Fire Lightning Bolt.
You know how much use I got of acid lightning bolts?
A good rule of thumb if you're playing a caster that's going to be using save spells is try to grab a spell for your element, especially that uses all 3 saves, because they exist for every type now. So there's like get a will save one, because then basically gauge it on what you're fighting. Like if you're fighting a rogue, don't use lightning bolt. Use something that hits 4. It's like, or maybe will, but then like if you're facing a barbarian, yeah, use the will or the reflex. You know,
Mm-hmm.
helps you a ton. You see God of War. Is that literally just the first God of War that's on here, or is that Ragnarok?
That's the first one before Ragnarok, like the first of the new series.
Okay.
Which this might be a controversial take. I love old Kratos more than I like young Kratos.
I just want to play the old ones just because after it's like, I think it'd be fun, but Don't have a means. Raka.
There's got to be like a PlayStation emulator or something out there.
Would never do such a thing. Cough.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sure we would never.
Chat, don't tell on me.
What now?
Looking at the time and such, maybe I don't know if we're gonna continue after this, so it might be a good point to just kind of like wrap it up and then let you guys level at your leisure. And just...
Yeah, rather than
True.
Ryan to rush through it.
It's unfortunate because we started late, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Time is time. It does what it does.
I say we strike.
You strike? What? What'd I do?
What? I mean, against time.
Oh, if only.
It'll take a while, but we might win.
No, time always wins. Don't you get it? We all die.
Oh, but see if
Lots
we go
water
outside
with
of time because we're striking.
Alright, so I'm gonna wrap up my thing here and then I'll come back to you guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
make
I'm
sure
gonna
I'm
do
gonna
the
wrap up my stream. Hey, stream, get the fuck out of here. Have a good night. And stream.
Wow.
Hey.
Done.
Oh my god, I love your
No.
All right, chat. I guess we're going to wrap up the Pathfinder for the night. Hope you all had a wonderful evening. Sorry for those I missed coming in for the raid. But you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope to see you